your play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening and happy Friday to you all. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Denham Springs High School football on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com as the Yellow Jackets host East Ascension here from Yellow Jacket Stadium on senior night for the final home game of the regular season. I'm Josh Ward as we kick off the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977 at Sporting Center. They have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. So go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Last week, a heartbreaker on the road from the pit as the Yellow Jackets would lose to Santa Maula 14-7, bringing their overall record to 3-4 and 0-2 in District 5-5A play. Special teams would end up being the deciding factor last week as the Yellow Jackets would snap a punt high over punter Trenton Harrison's head. That would be recovered in the Gators' end zone for a touchdown and thus securing the Santa Maula win. It was a great performance by the Yellow Jackets defense as they only give up the one offensive touchdown to Santa Maula and holding Santa Maula to their lowest offensive points of the season thus far. As the focus now switches to the East Ascension Spartans coming into Denham Springs, not having the season they anticipated as well. They will be looking to come in here and try to play spoiler and pick up their second win of the season and try to play spoiler here on senior night. As it is mentioned, it is senior night, so it will be an emotional night and game for these seniors here as they will wrap up their senior season as their last regular home game here in front of the home crowd at Yellow Jacket Stadium. Want to give you a preview of what's coming up. Coming up, it'll be John Fine and Lady Jackets softball head coach. First year as the head coach, it is Ryan Lewis. And then we will get you set up with district standings where the Yellow Jackets stand right now, and then we'll get you ready for a kickoff here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. We'll take a timeout. When we return, I'm joined by Mitch Covington. It's the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Back after this.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Demco wants to give you the knowledge to get power smart. Simple tips that can help you conserve energy and save money. Sealing air leaks around windows and doors is a good start. Smart thermostats and improved insulation are great ways to make a bigger difference. There are many more ways to save energy and money. So when you're ready to make a big-time power move, download our free do-it-yourself energy audit checklist at demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, La Casa Casino, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Sport Clips, Buddy's Barbecue, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and East Ascension here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. Senior night. Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington. Mitch, before we get started, how did you enjoy that Saints game last night? Yeah, we'll just move on. You ain't even got to say it. But, all right, Mitch, it is senior night. So, obviously, as we look to last week, though, because we will talk about the seniors later on in the show. So we look at the seniors, as we look at last week's game against Santa Maula, this defense for Denham Springs, holding Santa Maula to 7 points offensively, is pretty impressive. The last couple of weeks we have seen this defense for the Yellow Jackets continue to improve. Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the year when we watched the Jamboree and then the first week against Mandeville. Defense wasn't quite as strong on the run game, I think, as we felt they were going to be coming into the year, but they just kept improving every week, and they have gotten better and better each time out there, and they really did have a great week last week and one of the better defensive performances that definitely the team has put together this year. But Coach Beard, I think, mentioned at one point that he thought it was one of the better defensive performances he's had a team played since he's been here at Denham, and so that was a really stout Santa Maula offense, and we held them down to just 7 points on their offensive side of the ball. Well, when you think about it, too, the one touchdown that you did give up, just a great play by Babin hitting, what's the kid's name? Help me out, 83 in the end zone. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank because he catch a touchdown pass. Yes. He was great in the punt game and the kickoff game. Yeah, the kid was an MVP for him. Yes. And I'm forgetting his name right now, but yeah. But, yeah, that guy who was all over the field that night, as you mentioned. But, Babin rolled out, had pressure coming, just finds him in the end zone. I mean, other than that, your defense played really well that night, and we continue to see them do that. Field position, another topic that we've talked about, has been kind of the theme the last few weeks here, Yellow Jackets being pinned back. Talking to Coach Beard, he said, what a luxury it is when you do have those kickers that can boot it into the back of the end zone each time, when you have those punters that can sell it deep every time. He said no disrespect to Trent Harrison. He's doing the best that he can. It was McBride to start off, then Harrison started doing it. But he said the luxury that high schools have when they have those kickers really changes the game. It definitely is. And really, talking about the punting game, Trenton, he's getting about 35 yards of hang time of the punt. They're not getting much more than 30 yards net, so that really is not too bad. It's just been more of the snap issues that we've had since the beginning of the year. There's been some early in the year. We've tried a couple different snappers at those spots, and really that's been more the issue than it is just, flipping the field with a 50-yard punt. Trenton's done a decent job, and we've had good coverage groups with that. But you mentioned about other teams and their ability to kick the ball in the end zone on kickoffs. Mason Varese is a great kickoff returner for us. He's had a lot of kicks back to midfield. He's run a kick back for a touchdown. He had another one he ran back for a touchdown and got called back for a penalty at one point. But he's been neutralized because teams are just kicking in the end zone. In high school, you cannot run it out of the end zone once the end zone is dead. So that is a huge weapon to other teams. I don't think East Ascension has one of those guys tonight that can consistently put in the end zone. So maybe Varese has a chance to get a big play for us, and that's something our offense needs, some explosive plays, and he might can give us one in the kick return game. As we look at offense, mentioning that, Goldman gets his first start on the road, just a sophomore quarterback for this team. In a hostile environment like that, I mean, the pit, you know how that is. It's right on top of you there, everything, and it was a big crowd. For a sophomore to go out there, I thought he was composed. I thought he had command of the offense. Obviously, it was hard to get things going against that Santa Maula defense, but for someone that young going on the road in that position, I thought he played well. He really did well. He protected the football. No turnovers from him in the passing game or any sacks or fumbles. I think the rush got to him a couple times, and there was a sack or two, but he never panicked with the ball. He protected it when the rush was around him. He scrambled a few times and kept his eyes upfield. He little shovel pass one time to pick up a first down. He just dropped it over a rusher and got it to Varese out there, who was able to run with it. But also, like on a touchdown, there was an awkward snap that he wasn't ready for, and the ball hit him in the knee, and he reached down and picked it up and stayed composed, kept his eyes downfield, and then found Varese for a touchdown pass. And so, Goldman did really well. Jean had a good job last week. Turnovers was an issue, although it wasn't him. We had a couple receivers that caught the ball and was about 15 yards downfield when it got ripped out from them from the defensive back, and there was a couple turnovers in that part of the game. So just everything kind of just stubbing your toe when you make a big play and then you fumble at the end of it, or like we mentioned, with a punt snap here or there, and just we were so close to coming out with a W last week, and it just didn't go our way because one or two mistakes on our own self that if we can clean those up, we can get ourselves right back in the playoff hunt. Well, I started off asking if you watched the Saints game last night, because as I was watching the Saints game, I had this feeling. I said, man, this feels like the Santa Maula Denham Springs game. Your defense is keeping you right there, and your offense just a step or a half step behind you. Exactly. I mean, you're right there, so it kind of felt the same way. But as we see this starting to develop each week, we just see it getting closer and closer, and it's always just right there. But that big step forward just hasn't happened yet, and hopefully as you kind of start getting more comfortable. And I think Goldman is getting more comfortable in this offense.
I believe so. And then we've talked about since the beginning of the year, the offensive line's been kind of changing over. There's been injuries early in the year. Some of those guys are coming back now, but some other guys that have been playing are injured right now. So it's just been moving guys around, shuffling guys from the right side of the line to the left side of the line and trying to get that continuity. There's been a little bit of a quarterback shuffle here throughout the season, but I think things have kind of settled down last week, and we moved the ball well. We just didn't finish the drives, and we put it on the ground a couple times, and fumbles in some situations that we really need to try and get some points on the board. Another time a drive stalled right down there about the 10-yard line, and we weren't able to get the field goal and get the 3 points with that. So offense has been showing the improvement, and this is a chance tonight. EA's got some big boys up front. They got some big guys out there, but it's a chance that if we can do what we need to do and protect the football, I think we have a chance to get some points on the board tonight.
Well, it should be a great night here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Regular season finale here, so kickoff will be coming up about 7 o'clock. We are going to take a timeout. When we come back, it's going to be John Fine with first-year head coach of the Lady Jackets softball team. Ryan Lewis will be joining John, so stay with us. We're back with more on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not that pain. Gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsteinproductions.com are brought to you in part by Tony Off Restoration, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Adam Smoke Shop, Ryan Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankson and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
We welcome you back to Sporting Center Jackets Warm-Up. My name is John Fine, producer of Denham Springs High School Football Radio broadcast. It is Sporting Center Jackets Warm-Up. Denham Springs in action against EA. Kickoff at or about 7 o'clock. Our special guest is the Jackets' new softball coach. He is Ryan Lewis. Coach Lewis, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Sure,
Hammer.
Thanks for being on. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be the 1,000th person that asks you this question, so try to act like you never heard this one before, okay? Show some expression and seem like you're interested. Why in the world did you move from East Ascension to Denham Springs? Seemingly on the surface, 2 5A schools, 2 schools with lots of support and backing, and talk about the decision. What made you come to Denham Springs?
Well, it was a lot of things. I was living right here in Central, so the drive was a big part of it, and I think just my family wanted me to be a little closer. The program over there was taking a turn, and it was a turn for the better, to be honest with you. And so it was a hard decision. But the tradition here, the rich tradition here, softball-wise, was very enticing to me. Coach Beard is a good salesman, and ultimately I put it in God's hands, and God kind of took it over, and I think I just made my decision on that.
Well, the Lord did the right thing. Tell us a little bit about the opposition for Denham Springs. East Ascension football, what do you know about them?
I don't know much about them this year. Coach Lee does a great job over there. They're always talented. They're always athletic. They're always, they always have a lot of size. Their defense is always really good. So our offense has their hands full tonight. Their offense coordinator is new this year, Coach Gaspard, which – from what I've heard, has done a pretty good job over there. And then Coach Pellegrin actually came back and became the DC this year, which was Rollins was last year. And he does a fantastic job on defense.
All right. Talk a little bit about being Raz this week. Did anyone give you a hard time being EA week?
No, not really. I actually came out to the JV game and talked to all the coaches and everything. The coaches at EA are great. They embraced me when I got there, and, they always – wanted me to have the best for everything. So they actually, wished me good luck when I left. I've got close friends still over there.
You had a very, very difficult background in high school. Talk about how you overcame that to be with a great school like Denham Springs High School.
Yeah, so that Central is very tough. No, Central High School, I played football, basketball, and baseball over there. Football, I actually played for my Uncle Steve, Steve Insminger. Baseball was Coach Blanchard, which ran a great program over there. The state championships over there speak for themselves. And then Coach Watts is actually still a mentor for me today. So I love those guys, and I actually had it easy over there, to be honest with you.
Tell Coach Watts that he needs to start returning my phone calls. I mean, I haven't called him the last 2 or 3 years, but prior to that, I tell you what. And John Fine Productions had a great working relationship for a while. We were talking off the air when Ronnie Duvall was the principal at Central, Wes Watts the basketball coach, and some real good football coaches over there too to work with. And talk a little bit about playing games against Denham Springs as a Central quarterback. Do you have any memories of it?
Yes, I do. Man, playing against Denham was always intense. Back when I went to high school, it was a big rivalry. My junior year, the biggest memory I had was their running backs had about 400 yards rushing against us, and we couldn't keep up with him, and they ended up beating us. Coach Gill did a great job when he was here, and so. Yeah,
Stephen James, Mitch Covington reminiscing with that about you, about that, and talk about how in the world did a guy who played football and basketball and baseball, how'd you get into softball? How'd that happen?
Well, my sister was a very good softball player. I grew up around softball my whole life. So I was always interested. It was always fun to watch. A little different game than baseball, a little bit faster paced. But actually my daughter, which came over to Denham with me, when she was about 9 or 10, I ended up starting to coach her little team, and then I coached her all the way through 14U, and I just fell in love with the game. And about 4 years ago when COVID hit, I got laid off from my job, and me and my wife sat down and talked and ended up going to get my certificate and ended up being a softball coach at EA as an assistant. And then kind of things took place the next year where the coach went to Southern University, and they asked me to take it over, and the rest was history.
You told me off the air you've fallen in love with softball.
Oh, I have. I tell everybody, all my friends, my baseball buddies that actually coach baseball, if you go coach one game in softball, you will get away from baseball and not coach baseball anymore. That's how much it's just a different game, fast paced, and I fell in love with it. I know a lot of people have. So
you may not be able to answer this question. In fact, I just made it up, so we'll see how it goes. With your football, basketball, and baseball background, It's very unusual to be a softball coach. Not unprecedented. I'm sure there are other coaches throughout the state and the country that have that background. But with that background, do you bring a little bit of a different perspective and a little bit of other things that you might add to being a coach from playing football, basketball, baseball at the highest level, on the high school level?
I think my intensity is a little bit different than most. Having a football background, being coached by my uncle, he was very intense and hard on me. And then even my college coaches was very intense and hard. So I got that from them. And I think bringing that football mentality into softball, that it's probably a little tougher than most. But yeah, I think that's kind of the mentality at practice, especially that I bring that maybe other people don't bring.
Got them wearing helmets?
Not yet.
No, okay.
Not
yet. Okay. That might be something to expect. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Now, talk about your college coach. You mentioned him. Who would that be?
Yeah, Coach Stoker was my football coach in college at Northwestern. Johnny Nagel, which is at Zachary right now, actually recruited me out of high school, and I ended up at Northwestern, and I actually played baseball and football over there.
Oh, terrific. Okay. And as far as name goes, I know Coach Nagel and I know Coach Ensminger from the time they were at McNeese State when I did play-by-play for the Cowboys way, way, way back in the day in the 1980s. And Steve Ensminger, a familiar name, a one-time LSU quarterback and a former assistant coach with the Tigers as well. What's your philosophy as far as baseball goes?
I'm big on discipline, fundamentals, discipline, hard work. We're gonna try to outwork everybody. In the fall we put them through a very extensive fall program, so we're gonna outwork people. We're gonna have a lot of discipline. The fundamentals are gonna be there, and when we get to the games, we will be prepared for everybody. I've always had a saying that players win games and coaches lose them, so I'll make sure that we will be prepared for every game.
What's your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge. Can I say that on air?
You can.
My biggest challenge right now is, to be honest, is losing kids to go down the road. I think this program right now is it had kind of slipped away a little bit. It's done a great, it was winning and making playoffs, but it's not what we know of Denham Springs softball. When we talk about Denham Springs softball, it's a tradition of excellence. All the state championships, the runner-ups, the state appearances, the district championships, and it's not there right now. So my biggest challenge right now is actually stop losing kids to move out the district to go to other schools that are doing that right now, and also to get my team prepared to face them and be competitive with them.
Down the road as far as Highway 16, as far as I-12 East, or down the road as far as I-12 West to private schools in the Baton Rouge area?
All three.
All three. Okay. All right. The new field has to help you out a lot, huh?
It does. The facilities, they did a great job with facilities. I haven't been to a high school in the state of Louisiana that offers the facilities that they have. And that's not just softball, it's baseball, football, basketball, everything. So when they built that, I think that should have been a turning point. And I think it's going to be a turning point of keeping those players where they need to be and getting back to that highest level.
When you talk about dynasties, for those that are of a certain ages, well, actually, I wasn't alive when it happened, but Oklahoma won 57 straight games in football. But that OU dynasty has been surpassed by their softball team. What Oklahoma has done has been absolutely incredible. Talk about that. And is there anything you can learn from that?
It's amazing what Patty Gasso has done over there. She was actually coaching at Oklahoma when my sister was being recruited, and she actually recruited my sister. So I actually have met personally Patty Gasso in my living room.
And refresh our memory, where did Ashley go to school?
She ended up going to A&M out of high school, Texas A&M. And then I think after her freshman year, if I'm not mistaken, she transferred back to LSU whenever the program was being put together. So, but yeah, Patty recruited my sister, and she's done an amazing job over the years. What she's built is unheard of, to be honest with you, in softball.
Do you have a lineup as of yet?
I do not.
Okay.
We won't know the lineup until the first game.
Okay, good enough. You know the district very well. What do you think about the new Ascension Livingston district?
I love it. It's a gauntlet, but I do love it. I think I've always scheduled my schedule to play better, the better competition in the state anyway. So I actually enjoy the fact that our district is probably the best district in the state. When you go back last year, we had every team in the top 20. I want to say 4 of us made to the second round, 3 of us made it to the quarterfinals, and 2 of us was in the semifinals, and then one state. So I really do believe
did everyone
it's the
make the playoffs last year? Excuse my lack of knowledge.
They did, yes.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, give us a timeline as we work from right now to the first pitch of the first game. Give us an idea of what Denham Springs softball is doing.
Man, the fall program is a lot of weights, a lot of agility, and we do a hitting program, fielding program twice a week, and voluntary work on Mondays. So it's, like I said, it's very intense. Coach Joe Ryan here at Denham Springs does a great job in the weight room with us. We work together to make sure that they're going to be ready physically for the whole season. So it's pretty grueling. We do a lot of fundamental work, a lot of hitting. I'm a hitting coach, so we do a lot of hitting, and hopefully when the season starts, we start hammering some home runs.
That would be nice. All right. I'm sorry for your brother-in-law, Gordy Rush. I want to state that to America. Coach Lewis, thank you so much for joining us. For a guy from Central, you did very well in this interview.
Well, I appreciate you having me, Hammer.
That is Ryan Lewis. He is the head softball coach at Denham Springs High School. It is Denham Springs and East Ascension. My name is John Fine. It'll be Josh Ward talking with Jackets coach Brett Beard when Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up continues after this pause on Denham Springs football.
Your carpet one. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Remember, local and loco, Maria's and restaurant. Barca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco seems crazy, and you'd be to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be and don't loco by eating at Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican Restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of James Drug Store.
Your local authorized Steel Outdoor Power Equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service, corner of Florida Boulevard and Cuban Road in Denham Springs.
Personal injury?
Moyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Moyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Moyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at JohnFineProductions.com are brought to you in part by Debt Free, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets back at home on senior night, set to take on the East Ascension Spartans. I'm Josh Ward, and we are joined as usual by head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Brett Beard. Last week, a valiant effort from Denham Springs on the road, Coach. from the pit. You come up just short, 14-7 is the final. I know there are no moral victories, as the saying goes, but you had to be really proud of the effort your squad put out last week.
Yeah, I'm not one for moral victories at all, but, the growth, that is a victory in itself. Our kids are playing better. These wins are hard to come by in 5A in Louisiana, and you can do a lot of things right, and we didn't do enough right the other night, but we're getting closer, we're getting better. Our kids went into the pit and competed. Probably one of the best defensive games we've played since I've been at Denham Springs. Offensively, we moved the football, shot ourselves in the foot a couple times, and we've got to execute. We got to finish drives, and it's a totally different ball game. But really proud of where our kids are at, and they are getting better every week, and that's all you can ask of them.
When you talk about defense, you only gave up the one touchdown. Bavin just made one heck of a play there. Defensively, you were pretty much at where you needed to be. So defensively, you really played a fantastic game against a really good Santa Maria offense.
Yeah, the Bavin kid is special. That kid's pinpoint, and you kind of got to make him uncomfortable. And if you watch that play, he was able to kind of roll out by himself some time. And those drags that get across the end zones, like that one did, they kind of run in between coverages and things. If you don't get him uncomfortable and make him make a quick decision, those things come open a lot. And he was patient. The kid ran a great route, got behind one of our safeties, and was there to make the play.
Let's talk about Goldman getting the start for you at quarterback. First time that he's having to step into a hostile environment like that. I thought that he came out very composed, really ran the offense in a good way.
Yeah, that's one thing Goldman gives us. He's just a very calm presence. And with this team right now, the calmness is what's kind of giving him the advantage. We sit on a situation with two great quarterbacks. I love Hornet quarterback as much as anybody. But his calmness with Goldman right now, you don't see that very often in a sophomore that's not seasoned. And, he makes everybody calm around him. And when you're inexperienced and you're young and you're going through a losing streak, there's a lot to be said to just having that kid that keeps you level-headed and even kill in the huddle. And just gives us a comfort level right now that is a perfect fit for this team.
Offensively, great game plan to start out. You come out, you clearly wanted to slow the game down. You could tell that from the very beginning, and I thought that the offense did a pretty good job of sustaining that first drive and taking a lot of time off that clock, because the best thing you could have done was keep that Bavin kid on the sideline. Yeah,
look, we just got to finish drives. I thought it came out energy-wise, execution-wise. I thought we looked different Friday night. Maybe it was good for us to get on the road and get away from our comfort zone and kind of put our back against the wall. But, like I said, there was a calmness about the team, and the way we played, we just looked like a different football team Friday night. If we can get hot at the right time and grow from that, these next 3 weeks should be a lot of fun.
All right, Coach, I know we could probably spend a whole interview segment on just this alone, but let's just go ahead and get this out the way. I think you know where I'm going on this. The option pass that looked to be a fumble, Denham Springs recovered it. From there, it kind of turned into a bit of a circus show. So walk us through what exactly happened.
Well, it was a blatant pitch backwards. It was a blatant recovery by us. However, there was an inadvertent whistle on their sideline, which at that point kills the play. And, it's just bad timing. Now, the argument back and forth was, one person had it as a fumble and recovered by us. One person had the inadvertent whistle. Where on the film, you can see the line judge now he's on down. The one that called it, that blew the whistle, actually called it incomplete. That was an argument I didn't even think I had. I had no idea that incomplete pass was even being talked about because it was a blatant pitch backwards. But I guess from that guy's angle, you can see him blowing it dead and waving it as an incomplete pass. Well, if that was the case at that point, the play is over. So the fumble recovery, all of that, the inadvertent whistle, or whatever you want to call it, is a moot point. It should have been an incomplete pass and move on to the next down and not replay the down.
Well, I think the point that confused us, though, is that your offense goes out onto the field, and there was just this back and forth there of what they seemed to be figuring out. And look, you never want to get down on officials. These are people who are doing this for love of the game, to be a part of it. So, and mistakes happen. I understand that. But there just seemed like that moment just kind of got away from them a little bit.
Yeah. When you start flip-flopping and moving offenses and defenses on and off the field, at that point, you've let it get away from you. You got to stand pat on the call. And, I kind of blame the white hat and the guy that made the call should have just hammered it out right there and stuck with their guns and moved on. instead of listening to everybody's argument and trying to switch and trying to make it, more than what it was. Because the white hat admitted that it was wrong, but he had to go with the whistle, the inadvertent whistle or whatever. And I just looked at him and I said, well, man, if you're telling me it's wrong, you're the white hat, make it right. And, they kind of sent him back to go talk again. And it was a really weird situation because everybody on the field knew it was a fumble. Everybody on the field knew we recovered it. And like I said, the inadvertent whistle and the waving it dead as an incomplete pass, there was just a lot to unpack there that, quite frankly, they just didn't get it right. And, it happens. Human error is normal. We don't have replay at this level. But there are some things, we've seen the last couple of weeks. Like, I understand a missed holding call and things like that, some judgment calls. You can't miss some of the things that are getting missed.
Yeah, exactly. In a moment like that where it just changes so much in the game if you get the ball back there, and who knows what happens from that point. I mean, it's all moot at this point, but a very odd situation that we hadn't seen before. And again, I think the back and forth of the teams going on and off the field, offense and defense, just where it kind of got away a little bit.
Yeah, disappointing.
Yeah, no doubt. Field position, another big topic last week. Always seem to be starting from your own 20, and it just makes it, having to go that full length of the field just kind of gives you you just got to go a little bit more.
Easy explanation. Man, I'd love to have a kicker that could kick it in the end zone. We start everybody else on the 20.
Right.
I'd love to be able to, flip fields with punts and everything else. But, Trenton Harrison, our punter, does a great job, gives us a chance. He does everything we ask of him. We don't have that punter that has that big booming punt that travels away downfield. We just don't have that guy. We don't have that guy that kicks it in the end zone off the kickoff. So, we do play with our back against the wall a little bit more than others. And, that's all part of it. Some of these schools have these kickers that kick it in the end zone, and, we don't. So we got to continue to do a good job, fine-tuning our sky kicks. And instead of getting it on the 20, try to get them on the 30 or 35.
We saw your team play with so much energy and so much effort. You could feel the juice coming from your sideline in that second half. We could fill it up in the press box. And to come up short in that one when you had chances and you felt like you kind of let one slip away again, what do you tell the team on the field after that one?
Well, you're just so close. You got to recognize the growth. You got to recognize the difference in play from one week to the other, because we played that way a couple of weeks ago. You're talking about a completely different outcome as well. We got to get more consistent. And that's what I told them. You got to quit shooting yourselves in the foot and you got to get more consistent. The way we prepared last week in practice was probably the best week of practice we had ever had. And we played that way. So we got to continue to grow that. We can't get relaxed. We can't let something, a loss, abort our course and change our course. We got to continue to get better. And, the juice is something, we've been talking a lot about, you want to have fun. You're in control of the fun. Make practice fun. Make preparation fun. So when you get to the game, you're whipping people's butts and you're having fun. And you can tell it hurts. These kids are really bothered by this. But, you can't change the outcome. So you got to learn from it. And you got to recognize how good we could be. And we got to continue to work towards that goal.
All right, so 14-7, the final from the pit, and it will be the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans, and we will look to the Spartans after this timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners, family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe. However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life, so whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes at Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well. So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. The Yellow Jackets and the Spartans of East Ascension at Yellow Jacket Stadium on senior night. We continue to roll on with Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Coach, I'm sure you have been preaching this all week long. Do not look at their record and do not kid yourself about the team that's coming into Yellow Jacket Stadium.
Oh, 100%. You look at their schedule is the toughest in the entire state, 1A to 5A. When you look at their PowerPoints and you look at their strength factors. They've played teams that are big-time programs in this state to where you'd have to flip the hat and look at the way they're probably looking at us. I mean, we've already played against West Monroe and Destrehan and Zachary, who is Denham Springs. So they're going to come in here with a mindset that they're coming in to get a job done against a lesser program, one that they've already competed against. They probably have confidence against. And, their back is against the wall as well. So, I mean, you got to throw all that out.
Their back is against the wall, and they would love nothing more than to come into your stadium and play spoiler. And Coach Darnell Lee, someone who doesn't shy away from stiff competition, as you just mentioned there, and someone that you are quite familiar with. Y'all play each other in the spring each year. I know you two both have a lot of respect for what you do. Yeah.
No, I love Darnell, man. I think he does a phenomenal job. And he's not having the year he wants, and that's part of public school football, and going through spurts and having kids in the right spots. But, I mean, that dude works. He has his kids ready to play, and I see no difference come Friday night. The most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to in this game, and I think to the fans' eye, parents' eyes, I'm excited or intrigued to see our growth from the spring game to week 8. I just want to see how much different we look. And that's going to be the most fun on Saturday morning when I go back. I'm going to go back and watch a little of the spring game. Then I'm going to put on a little of the Friday night's game. And I just want to see the difference in the guys that are playing, who's here, who's no longer here, who's playing, who's a backup now, who's getting a job done, who's grown. And I'm really excited about the measuring stick that we'll have Friday night.
As we look at EA offensively, most teams pretty much in high school are running some form of a spread offense. What do you expect to see out of them? Who are some of the guys that we can look for Friday night?
Well, I think the guys you want to look for, the X factors, are those 5 bigs they got up front. Those 5 bigs make them very scary. I don't care what offense they run. I don't care if they want to throw it, they can protect it. If they want to run it, they get nasty in the box. Skilled guys are skilled guys. They got those guys across the board. I think they're kind of reeling at quarterback, trying to find that dude that's going to step up and lead the offense quarterback. But those 5 dudes they got up front are scary and scary good. And have been a lot of fun to watch. And I tell you, those are the guys that you win games like this in the trenches. So you'd have to give them the nod or the advantage going into it because of what they got in those 5.
Look at you on defense and how well you have been playing defense. It's getting better each week. And I thought the name that we said a lot last week was Rancher Miller, and he really had kind of a coming-out party at Sandoval. I know it'll be big for him to continue that, and that'll be a lot of success of your defense will be what that linebacker play can do for you.
Yeah, and, this is Rancher's kind of game. I mean, as good as Rancher is against the pass, Rancher likes to get nasty and tackle the football. So, they're going to get big and physical in the box, and Rancher's a dude that's going to be he's going to be coming down aggressive and freaking making some big plays. And excited to see that. I think one thing I'm really excited to see is our D-line as well. Butler is really coming into form. he starts slow just about every year, and then by now he just starts taking off and become a different player for us. But you're going to see a little more, some different fronts. You're going to see some big fronts. You're going to see Caden Davis and Zach Williamson in together because we're going to have to get big with these boys and try to muscle them up because they're going to try to muscle us around. So I'm excited to see our guys bow up and fight.
Defensively for East Ascension, what do you see there?
Oh, I mean, just a very aggressive, very physical defense. I think sometimes you can catch them being overly aggressive, and I think they're going to give us some things that if we can protect it and have time to get that ball off, you're going to see us try to exploit some things on the edge and up the seams. And they got dudes everywhere. I mean, they always have. Again, their D-line is big and physical, and can cause our O-line a little bit of a challenge that they're going to have to accept because it's not changing. We're playing EA Friday night, and the boys are going to have to block up front. The teams that have been aggressive up front has given us fits. So we've gone back to the drawing board and fixed some of the way we're blocking things to kind of make it easy on our line so those guys can play more aggressive and play faster. So look for a great game. I'm really excited to see our kids compete against them and see if our offense can get rolling against a big-time defense.
Would your game plan be to slow it down a little bit, or do you want to go out there and get a fast start against this team? I assume Goldman will take the first snap at quarterback.
I will say, Josh, I mean, I've been in this parish for almost 10 years now. I do think slowing the game down and playing great defense is the formula to win in Livingston Parish. But there are situations where we do have to speed it up. And I think, we always talk about starting fast and winning that first 4 minutes. I think it's going to be critical for us to score quick and win quick and have some explosive plays. I think if you can get EA down a couple of scores, you can make them uncomfortable and do things they don't want to do. And that's kind of our goal going in. As much as we want to slow it down, we want to try to start fast and get some scores on them and see if we can get up 2 scores to make them do things they don't want to do.
All right, and it is senior night, so it will be a very emotional night for some of your players. And I would assume that adds a little extra motive for them to go out there and play well. It's their last home game of the regular season. Should be a great crowd. What does this senior class mean to you and this program?
Well, I mean, I guess this would be my first full class here. I've been here now 4 seasons. Or 4 years, and these guys were the freshmen, or these guys were the 8th graders getting ready to come in as freshmen when I got here. So, I mean, this is the class that's been with me the longest, from day one. Varice is a 4-year starter who burst onto the scene as a sophomore. McBride, the growth. I mean, I tell people all the time, heck, I tell McBride all the time, man, you suck as a sophomore. But, man, he's become such a dude, and to watch him grow and change the way he practiced and become what he's become. We got 3 O-linemen that when they showed up as little short, pudgy 8th graders, you would have never thought they would become the men they've become and the players they've become, and Crow and Barbera and Buchanan. And, this is a special class. This will be the first one that'll be with me every year and the first 4 years. And they've been a part of a heck of a foundation rebuilt at Denham Springs and built upon. And I'll forever be grateful to them and everybody that had an opportunity to watch them grow and have a hand in their growth. So it's going to be an emotional night because I love these kids. Steph Bishop going from linebacker to tight end to just blowing up our offense and getting it going, just creating the edges. And, R.J. Johnson and his growth throughout the years. I mean, you got Kai Dwyron and Byers and Cost, guys that were at Live Oak at one time when I was there that came down here to moved to Denham and wanted to be at Denham and be here with me. I mean, there's just a lot of emotion that's going to be in this class that makes it special. And really, as excited as you are, it's also a moment that you hate to see come. You're not ready for this thing to end, and you're not ready for this time with these kids then.
Well, we hope it's a good night from Yellow Jacket Stadium. And Coach, best of luck to you. We always appreciate the time, and we'll talk again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mom, Dad. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.
That was head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Brett Beard. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
You might know that State Farm agent Randy Robertson has great service. She's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Randy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Randy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, La Casa Casino, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Lynch Professional Title Company. We thank you for the patronage of these local.
Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and East Ascension from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington again. Mitch, it is senior night here. We just saw all the seniors honored on the field there. It's not just for the football players, band members, cheerleaders, everyone who's a senior here tonight. It's all part of the game day experience here, so they all get their recognition as well. But when we talk about the football players on this field tonight in front of their home crowd, mom, dad, grandma, aunts, uncles, all that in front of you, know it's your last regular season home game, could very well be your last home game of your senior year. What's the emotions that you have there?
You know, you mentioned emotions. I tell you right now, I've got some sad emotions on my own. If Davis is home, my son watching, he dropped me off. I didn't drive today. I thought I was taking a truck home from All-Star Automotive Group. They just had the raffle 5 minutes ago.
And you didn't win.
They did not call my name, so I need a ride home, Davis. If you're watching, come pick me up later. But talk about the emotions with the seniors playing tonight, and it's just, another factor that goes into the game. You know, the guys are going to be really excited. It's a long day of events, actually, for those seniors here at Denham Springs High School. There's always a traditional pep rally that they do for the seniors, their last pep rally as a football, not the last pep rally, but the last home game, and all the seniors are honored, not just the football players, but the cheerleaders, the dance team, the Jackettes, band members, everybody was out there on the field before, all the family members are there, and so a lot of times there's people that come in to watch the guys play that hadn't seen them in person all year long, people from out of town and all are going to come in and make this last home game, so there's a lot more added to it, like you said, a lot more emotion that's involved, especially with a team right now that's fighting for its playoff lives, and I think tonight is a must-win game. You know, I think we need to win 2 of the last 3. Let's go ahead and not make it the last 2. Let's try and get a W tonight if we can. And so they really need to come out and play hard. Like you mentioned, last regular season home game, but we've seen in the past, and we don't have to look too far, but just 2 years ago, we kind of found our way in the middle of the year, had some injuries and all that, and by the end of the season, hit our stride and was playing well. We go on the road and win a playoff game and then get a home run the second round. So that's going to be the game plan this year, trying to just find a way in the playoff, get your name on that board, win the first round, and you get back home in the second round.
Yeah, we don't need to go too far into how the PowerPoints work and all that. Basically, you just got to win tonight. Win tonight, and you'll start figuring some things out. What happens in front of you matters. Who plays this team tonight and that night, all that stuff goes together. As we look at it right now, Denham Springs is at 31. This is unofficial results, but as of right now, they're at 31 in the playoffs. 28 gets in, so you're right there. You're a few spots out. East Ascension is behind you. The rest of the district is in pretty good standings with it. I mean, you got 3 teams in your district in the top 10 of the power ratings right now.
Right. The district has been stronger than we would have expected
Yes.
when the season started. And a lot of times people might have thought, Denham and East Ascension would have been at the top. Well, we haven't been. But Santa Ma's played great. Walker's having a great season. Live Oak's coming along this year. And so, as you're right, the losses that we do have haven't killed us because we're not losing the teams that only win 4 games this year. The teams that have beat us have pretty good records, and so we're still getting some points off of that. And so the players can't worry about that. Even the coaching staff, they look at it, kind of in the distance, but you just got to focus on East Ascension tonight. You got to go out there and do your job on the field. You're not getting in if you keep losing, so you got to win some games. Go take care of your business here on the field tonight.
Well, it's definitely a cliche when it comes down to it, but for Denham Springs, you really have to treat this game and the next 2 games after that as a 1-game season. Complete coaching cliche to do that 1 game at a time, but this is exactly what it is. Win this one tonight, and you can kind of start looking forward ahead again. But, again, tonight you have an East Ascension team that's 1-6. And I think Coach Oliver said about Denham Springs coming into the pit last week, a wounded dog is something to be scared of.
And that's the truth. And, East Ascension, you've heard it said all week long. If you listen to our interview with Coach Beard, if you've heard anybody talk about it during the players or anything, East Ascension is not as bad as their record shows. They go out and they play a brutal schedule. They play Zachary. They play West Monroe. All their non-district opponents are great teams. And so they really didn't do themselves any favor to build confidence. And so when they went out there, even if they played them tough, they weren't able to get the W's. And so that's a fact that they are 1-6, but they are not that bad of a team when you think of a 1-6 team. They are definitely a good football team. They've got some huge guys out there on the field. When you see them, you look at like, man, those are some big boys. And that's what we saw from them in the past. That's what we expect. We expect that from East Ascension. They're going to be big. They're going to be hard-nosed. They're going to run it downhill at you. And so Jackets have to be ready for that tonight.
Well, you talked about the schedule that East Ascension does play. Zachary, state titles in the last few years. Destrehan, the defending state champion. West Monroe, despite the turmoil they had at the beginning of their season, have lost 1 game, which was to Zachary. So they beat De La Salle in New Orleans. Other than that, I mean, they have played the toughest, as Coach Beard said there, the toughest schedule. I don't care what classification in this state, East Ascension had it. So it definitely has built some toughness to them.
You mentioned that, and I said 2 teams. I said Zachary and West Monroe, and heck, I left off the defending 5A champs, the team that won it last year, Destrehan. So that's how strong they do schedule. And then as they got in the district, I think they felt they were going to kind of get their feet underneath them and get going. But like I said, Walker's playing some good football, and Walker's beating them, and so they're still kind of trying to get back on track themselves. And so it's a big night tonight, senior night, as you mentioned, and the players just got to block all that out now at this point and just focus on these 48 minutes of football.
Absolutely. We'll take a timeout. We'll get ready. Actually, when we come back, we will look at the district standings and see where everybody is standing in district play. So we'll be right back after this on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aspen Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparisnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The news also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
C&M Outdoor Power Equipment and Skag Lawnmowers, a winning combination. C&M Outdoor Power Equipment provides the highest quality Skag products and services for their customers, and C&M is always there to answer questions, with customers leaving C&M knowing how to use and maintain their purchased equipment properly. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, C&M has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965, featuring Skag mowers. That's C&M Power Sales and Service, corner of Florida and Cuban in Denham Springs.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, Buddy's Barbecue, Adams Smoke Shop, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Spartans of East Ascension. Yellow Jacket Stadium, senior night. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Mitch, we were just talking about the district before we went to break there, but now let's look at the district and how it stands. Obviously, Santa Maria right now at 7-0 has got to be the most impressive team we've seen in the district and probably the most surprising team thus far.
Right. They were a younger team last year. A lot of their offense was coming back and a lot of players, but I don't think anyone expected them to be quite this good. But right now they're undefeated. No one's been able to knock them off. And Jackets went there last week to Santa Maria, to the pit, and really gave them all they could handle and was just, one play maybe here or there from winning that football game. But didn't get it done, and that's why Santa Maria has the record they do, and they've been a good team all year, and they've proved that last Friday night. But they are sitting atop the district at the moment.
And you look at it, Santa Maria, Walker, Dutchtown, Live Oak, Denham Springs, EA. Denham Springs and EA kind of bringing up the rear right now at 0-2. You got Live Oak at 1-1, Dutchtown at 1-1, Walker 2-0, Santa Maria 2-0. So it looks like that matchup next week with Santa Maria and Walker could potentially be for the district title. But we still got some games here tonight. We'll see how this all plays out.
And it could be because Walker's got the other Livingston Parish battle tonight. They're
that's right, with Live Oak,
Walker and Live Oak. So that's going to be a tough game. Those guys are going to play tough. So they got to worry about tonight first.
All right. So I guess I would ask the most surprising thing to you, I think, has to be Santa Maria, but outside of that, would it be the step that we saw Walker make from where they were last year to where they are now?
Really, they've made a big improvement. You're right, and where they are. We saw them in the Jamboree, so we could see then that, man, those guys are pretty tough, and they're playing well early on. In fact, the game they lost, I think they turned it over inside the 10-yard line, or else they probably would have won that one. That Walker might be sitting, undefeated right now. Am I correct? Yeah, Walker's
because they're 6-1.
That's their only loss. And their only loss, they fumbled inside the 10-yard line, or else they could have scored in that one. It was a one-score game. And so that was the first week of the season, Ponchatoula, I believe, for them. And so they've rolled off 6 in a row since then, and they are playing really well.
Absolutely. So tonight's district matchups, you got Santa Maria at Dutchtown, Walker at Live Oak, as you just mentioned there. And, of course, we're hosting EA here tonight. So looks like the district could kind of really start to take some shape here tonight. But, again, it'll be interesting to see Santa Maria and Dutchtown. It's not quite the rivalry as EA and Santa Maria, but still two schools in Ascension Parish that want to beat each other. Santa Maria, trying to keep that train rolling after kind of a slow game for them last week.
Yeah, I think so. And going into the district, I think a lot of people felt Dutchtown may have been the team to beat. Dutchtown was playing really well, even though they lost a game because of circumstances that weren't their fault, as they didn't get to play a game. But we thought Dutchtown might be the team to beat, so it'll be a big battle tonight with them and Santa Maria.
We'll take a time out for the national anthem here. Get ready for kickoff after this on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm up.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rusticone Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, we're obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
That'll do it for Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Getting ready for kickoff here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. District 5-5A matchup between the East Ascension Spartans and your homestanding Denham Springs Yellow Jackets on senior night. Mitch, kickoff will be to...
I apologize.
Okay,
I was writing down. I was writing things down, and I'll be honest, I accidentally I missed that. I was making sure I had the captains right, just paid attention.
All right, well, go ahead and tell us who the captains are then.
We got Jonas Clark, who's been a constant all year long as a captain, but then also your senior playmakers, Deshaun McBride and Mason Varese, and then also Kai Dwaron, captain this week. Kai Dwaron had a great week last week in that inside linebacker spot, really stepped up big, had a couple sacks and some tackles for losses, and was a big charge in that defensive effort we had last week. So I don't know who won the toss, but I can tell that the Jackets are receiving.
Yes, Jackets will definitely be receiving, so they will have the ball first here. And talking with Coach Beard, he talked about, the difference or the getting the fast start and then the slow drives. Last week we saw him kind of slow it down against Santa Maria on that opening drive, which worked out great for him as they took off so much time on the clock and kept the Santa Maria offense off on the sideline. But he also said if we get a fast start, get some early scores against East Ascension, I think we can kind of start wearing them down a little bit.
East Ascension wants to run the football. They're not a great passing team. They are about 50-50 when you look at the numbers. However, their completion percentage isn't great, so they're not outstanding in the passing game. So if we can get a lead, and that puts them in a disadvantage on their offensive side because they want to run the football, so we'd like to get on top.
Baker to kick it off. We are underway here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Is going to be fielded by Varese at the 10-yard line. He's at the 15, the 20, 25 on his feet at the 30. Be brought down at the 32-yard line. Will be first down for the Yellow Jackets to start this drive. So decent starting position for this one here tonight, Mitch.
That's one thing we mentioned earlier. The past few teams we've been playing had kickers that could just kick it in the end zone, and we didn't have a chance for any returns, and Mason Varese was kind of neutralized like that. Well, there we had a good chance to get the ball back, starting at our 31-yard line, a good return from Varese, and good job of the kickoff return unit to kind of get us back to that spot.
All right, so it'll be 31-yard line officially to start this one here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. 1st and 10 for Denham Springs from their own 31. Goldman will hand it off in the backfield to Byers. Byers will be hit after about a 2-yard gain and brought down. It'll be second down, Denham Springs.
Just give a little update, just because it's interesting here. Walker's already up 6-0 on Lava. Wow. Would they run the kickoff back or something? I mean, look, we just kicked off, and I get an update that Walker's already up 6-0 on Lava. That was fast.
Well, we're about 7 minutes behind, so they may have, but still, yeah, they kick off or they got the ball and scored twice. Yes, very quickly.
So
there,
maybe the Jackets, let's kind of match that. Let's see if we can get a score on the board very quickly.
All right, it's going to be second down and 7 for Denham Springs from their own 34-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will step back, gets it to Varese in the flat at the 35, still on his feet at the 40. He'll be pushed out of bounds on the far sideline right around the first down marker, so we'll have to see if that's our first first down of the night, and it is. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, Jackets first down. Family-owned, children-friendly, incredible food, and locally owned by Big Mike O'Neill.
And, folks, if you aren't listening to us in the pregame show, shame on you, because Josh told you beforehand that at this part of the season, week 8, that the Jackets want to put it all out there and what we can do. We've got Varese on offense, McBride on offense early on in the game, and a good play to get the ball to Mason Varese to get a first down.
First and 10, their own 41-yard line, handoff in the backfield to Byers. Byers going to the far sideline, has some room as he gets tiptoes out of bounds around the 50-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. It's hard to see from on that far sideline there, but it looks like a pretty decent first down run by Hudson Byers.
A little bit of change of pace. R.J. Johnson's been getting the first carries of the game for the last few weeks, but right now Hudson Byers is back there, and, man, he's got some fresh legs. He was really fast getting around that outside edge. One thing maybe because go a little bit more speed look with him because East Ascension is big up front, and maybe try to get to the edges more with Byers.
Going to be second down and about 3 for the Jackets now. Their own 48-yard line. Another handoff to Byers coming to the near side. He gets across midfield and will get to the Spartan 48-yard line, which is enough for another Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Check out Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's.
And that was another play trying to stretch the ball wide toward the sideline, and Byers was able to find a little crease in the defense. And on the left side of that line, getting behind those offensive line, been doing a good job on this back half of the year. Jaden Buchanan, your senior left tackle, holding his guy off, and Byers found that little crease and got up in there for the first down.
Going to be first and 10, Denham Springs, East Ascension, 48-yard line. 10:40 left here, opening quarter, Yellow Jackets with the opening possession here. Here's Goldman from the shotgun, looks to throw. He does. It is going to be to McBride at the 45-yard line, and he will be marked down. Actually, they'll give him the forward progress to the East Ascension 44.
About a 4 or 5 yard play right there, just a quick slant route to McBride. Good throw and catch. That's one thing just without McBride and Reese playing a ton of offense early in the year, and of course with the quarterback switching back and forth, trying to get that timing. Last week some of that timing was off a little bit, but right there that matched up in sync just like you needed.
Going to be second down and 5 for Denham Springs. 44-yard line of East Ascension now. Goldman from the shotgun will drop back, looks to throw. He does. Looking for Varese on the far sideline. Incomplete at the EA 25.
Yeah, tried to hit Varese on a little out and up right there. He was a middle receiver up top, and then as he faked like he ran a little out route, then turned up the sideline. Good coverage by East Ascension. Goldman kind of threw a little back shoulder fade to him, try and give him a chance to catch it. So no harm with that. Goldman put the ball in a spot where the worst was going to happen was incomplete. If not, your guy might have a chance to make a great play on it. But 3rd and 6, we live to play another down.
All right, 3rd and 6, East Ascension, 44-yard line. Goldman, shotgun, will hand it off to Byers. Come to the near side, will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down for Denham Springs.
Yeah, going to be a decision here for Coach Beard. 4th and 5, you're across midfield. I think if you got it up to maybe 2 or 3 yards, I might would have gone for it, but they've sent out the punt unit seeing that we're still looking at 4th and 6. So let's try and pin them back a little bit and make their offense go a long way.
It will be Trent Harrison to punt this one away for the Yellow Jackets. It is 4th and 6 from the EA 44-yard line. Duron McZill back to receive for East Ascension. Stands back about his own 10-yard line. 9:20 left here in the first quarter. Harrison waits for the snap. Gets it. A nice snap to Harrison. This is going to be blocked. My goodness, block rolls out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for EA after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Remember, local and loco when you think of Maria's Mexican restaurant. Local and Happy Abarca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great Mexican food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco means crazy, and you'd be crazy not to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be local and don't be loco by eating Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of Jean's Drug Store.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is a punt block now for East Ascension. So as good as the snap was to Trent Harrison, now EA gets in for the block. It's going to be 1st and 10 for EA at the Denham Springs 34-yard line to start this drive. It will be Caden Gotro at quarterback for the Spartans. He works it from the shotgun, has Taj Washington in the backfield. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Washington, who goes forward. He's going to be hit, escapes a tackle. He's at the 25. The 20 will be brought down inside the 20-yard line at the Yellow Jacket 19 for a first down.
Yeah, just got to be thinking that's your worst fears if you're Coach Beard, and I think that's something that's going to have to factor into his decisions later on. whether to go for it or whether to, work something else. The snap was fine on the punt, but they was able to come through. Joseph Hodby, defensive end for East Ascension, got through the line and was able to block it. And so instead of pinning them back at the 20-yard line or even deeper than that, EA starts with great field position on the first run. They break a tackle and pop off about a 15-yard play.
First and 10 for the Spartans now from the Yellow Jacket 19-yard line. It will be Gotro out of the shotgun with Washington in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Washington. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down for no gain.
Get a lot of credit right there. Trevor Lewis, he was the guy that missed the tackle on the play before, but that time he met the running back, Taj Washington, in the hole. Taj Washington's a big old boy now. He is not a small guy, and Trevor did a great job meeting him in the hole for just a 1-yard gain, so good adjustment there after the first play. So Jackets just got to tough it up and try and force a field goal here.
Yep, going to be second down, and they'll actually give Washington a yard on the carry, so make it second down and 9 from the Yellow Jacket 18-yard line. So East Ascension kind of slowing it down here a little bit themselves now. It will be Gotro coming to the line. We'll send Washington out in motion. Now sends another man in motion from the far sideline. Here's the snap. It's going to be an end around to Mitchell. Mitchell gets to the 15-yard line where he'll be hit and then brought down forcefully by the Yellow Jackets. That's Deshaun McBride. And McBride a little upset there about something.
Nah, he's just playing with some emotion there.
There you go.
Towel on the ground, he picked up and threw it. But he did a great job of getting off a block. When the play started, they ran a little jet sweep to the outside, a receiver coming, getting the ball and trying to run the ball wide. And they had numbers as far as this guy's going to block this guy and this guy's going to block that guy. But their receiver wasn't as good as our defender. That's Deshaun McBride, who got off the block, made a good tackle right there, and he's done a great job all year being good in the run game as well as the pass defender. And so put him in a third and medium right here.
Yep, going to be third and about 5 from the Yellow Jacket 14-yard line now for Gotro, who gets it from the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Washington, looks to throw towards the end zone. He does. It's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Oubre, and it is going to be fourth down now for the Spartans.
Yeah, the receiver, Oob, actually had a step on Mason Varese. Looked like he was open there, but the throw sailed high. Quarterback Caden Gotro, it sailed just a little bit too high as Varese was there to try and catch up to knock it away if they got their hands on it. But he had it beat by a little step, a little skinny post toward the back of the end zone. And so the Jacket defense did step up, and now forcing about a 31-yard field goal. And in high school football, there's no gimmies right here. In college football, you're going to expect the guy's going to make a 31-yarder, but nothing is a gimme in high school.
Absolutely not a gimme. It is going to be Preston Baker, the holder. Francisco Ramirez will attempt the 31-yarder from the Yellow Jacket 14-yard line on fourth down. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is through the uprights, and the 31-yarder is good. Spartans strike first. 6:51 left in the first quarter. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IBL Graham, Brian Russ, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back into Yellow Jackets football, it is East Ascension 3, Denham Springs 0. It is Francisco Ramirez with a 31-yard field goal for the Spartans as they strike first. Yellow Jackets with the block punt on their first possession. So Denham Springs get to send that offense back out onto the field. And Mitch, this early in the game, it's definitely not a must score, must this and that, but it would just be good to get settled in here on senior night for this Yellow Jackets offense.
Correct. We picked up a couple first downs and they crossed midfield on that first drive, and so we're able to move the ball a little bit and it'd be nice to get that going. Look, if you're looking for a spark or something, the special teams in some areas haven't been great, but this kickoff return unit has been really good, and we might get a chance for a play here.
Preston Baker steps up, kicks it off from the 40-yard line. It is going to be Varese from the 10-yard line. He's at the 15, 20s, and will be brought down around the 25-yard line where it'll be first down for the Yellow Jackets with 6:45 left here in the first quarter, trailing by 3.
Yep, so good job on the EA kick coverage right there. Wasn't really a big hole to run through. Did a nice job of covering all the lanes they needed to. So Jackets going to come back out, try and work back down the field again. Like I said, 2 first downs on the first drive. Not a bad opening drive. Just would have been better if we could have pinned them back deep after the punt, but it didn't happen. The defense stepped up. They talk about that being a 4-point stand. We didn't keep them off the board, but we didn't give up a touchdown either. We saved 4 points by holding them to a field goal.
Yellow Jackets start this on 1st and 10. They're on 26. Handoff to Johnson. Johnson coming to the near sideline. We'll get to about the 30-yard line. We'll see where they'll mark him down. Looks like it's closer to the 29, but it'll be second down for Denham Springs.
Mentioned earlier about the speed of Hudson Byers. Right there, you saw the power of R.J. Johnson. R.J. met an inside linebacker, Shaquan Isom, right in the hole. R.J. lowered his head and really moved the pile forward and got about 4 yards on his own.
Going to be second down and about 6? Second and 6 now for the Yellow Jackets. It will be a pass to Haynes. Haynes has it coming to the near side, to the middle of the field now. Sorry about that. I was looking at the scoreboard there, and the play started, so I was a little behind there. But gets to the 31-yard line. Tyler Haynes with the reception.
You're always trying to help me with the official down and distance.
Yes,
I guess at about 7 yards, and then you'll follow it up. Officially, we'll play 2nd and 6. And I saw you looking, but they haven't updated the scoreboard for us. But
David Guidry is not here tonight, so we're in trouble. So I'm going with whatever you say.
Right, although we mentioned it's not a have to get. I mean, this is a key down. We don't want to go 3 and out here.
On 3rd and 6, Goldman gets it from the shotgun, looks to throw, throws it towards the middle of the field. He has LaBeouf across midfield to the EA 45. It's going to be first down for the Yellow Jackets. Big at a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Big Mike stays open late after Denham Springs high school football games.
Going to give credit all the way around right there. Goldman had plenty of time to find an open receiver. Great job by the O-line giving him protection. And then Goldman, you could see him scan the field from right to left. He looked about 3 or 4 different spots and then found Colton LaBeouf anyway, across the middle of the field for a big pickup, and the Jackets are on the move again.
Going to be 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets, 46-yard line of East Ascension. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson gets to the EA 45 to the 35, still on his feet at the 30, still going to the 25. It's going to be another first down for the Yellow Jackets. Another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. You can cater your next party at Big Mike's. Check out Big Mike's catering menu.
Another strong run by R.J. Johnson, running around that left edge. Jaden Buchanan, the left tackle over there, doing a great job. But R.J. got hit at about 6 yards downfield, and he ran through one tackle. And then as he got to the secondary, he just pushed those guys forward for an extra 8 or 9 yards after the second and third contact.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be from the 26-yard line. Here's another handoff to Johnson. Johnson tries to go off to the right side. He is going to be stopped for about a yard or 2 gain on that carry. We'll see. Well, I'm trying to see where the spot is. Looks like they gave him a pretty decent, like about 3 yards there. But 4:38 left here in the first quarter. It is EA 3, Denham Springs 0, but Yellow Jackets on the move trying to answer the Spartan score.
Man, just want to go back and emphasize that 3rd and 5 was a big play. We didn't want to go 3 and out after giving up points on our first drive, the first time EA had the ball. So we did a good job of picking up the first down, and now we're almost in the red zone.
Goldman from the shotgun on second down. We'll hand it off to Johnson again. Johnson is going to try to go to the right side, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20-yard line. They'll put him down about the 22.
Yep, tried running off that right side, but it just kind of got outnumbered with the number of defenders there. It wasn't that we missed blocks. They just seemed to have more guys kind of stacked there than we could block. A couple of unblocked safeties had crept up real close to the line of scrimmage. And I'm thinking, just mentioning, talking about special teams and how we don't really have a field goal kicker that's going to make a 40-yarder. We've probably got 2 downs to pick up this 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 from the 22-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near sideline, 1 out to the far, sends Byers in motion. Here's a snap, throws it. It is going to be caught. That is LaBeouf again at the 15-yard line, and it is another Yellow Jackets first down, making that a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Come book your personal private party in one of Big Mike's banquet rooms.
Yeah, Colton LaBeouf, the junior receiver. I double-checked on that. Junior receiver, great job on a little slant route. Goldman, when he took the snap, kind of gave a quick glance to the left and turned back to the right. Good throw low to keep him away from a big hit, and Colton went down low and caught the ball off the, about thigh high right there. Great job.
1st and 10. EA 15-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Goldman handing it off to Byers. Byers trying to work into the inside off of the left, and he will pick up a couple yards on the carry.
Jackets are just keep staying patient with the run game and but as you notice, a lot of them are a little bit wider. We're not trying to test the inside, right there, those big boys that sit up their defensive tackles on the interior defensive line. We're trying to get to the edge and make them work side to side a little bit.
Going to be second down and 8 for the Yellow Jackets now from the East Ascension 14-yard line. Here is Goldman to Byers, and it will be Byers brought down for no gain.
Yep, try to toss sweep that time. Once again, trying to go wide with the football. I think we've seen that on the first 2 drives. That's some of the game plan to try and get the ball to the edge. Although that time they did a good job. The outside linebacker stepped up quickly and made Byers bounce back to the middle. Not much there. So in comes Varese and McBride on 3rd and 9. We're going to look like a 4 wide receiver package right here and see if we can pick it up through the air.
East Ascension 3, Denham Springs 0, 2:05 left in the first quarter, and it is 3rd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Goldman out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near sideline, 1 out to the far. He will send Goldman from the far sideline. He'll send Haynes from the far sideline. Here is the throw now. It is going to be to Varese, and it is going to be caught by Varese or incomplete.
It was caught.
It is a catch, but it is going to be short of the first down.
Varese was the inside receiver with 2 on this side, and Goldman fit in there tight. A free safety read it quickly, and he was there to make a hit right as Varese, the ball got to him. Varese did a great job of holding on to the football. Jackets are going to send out on 4th and 3. Going to send out a field goal unit now. Different field goal kicker this week. Our normal field goal kicker, Hernandez, I believe, got injured over the last week and a half, and he is out with the injury. And so sophomore Jonathan Bravo is on to attempt a short field goal.
Yep, it will be, about a 30-yarder?
25.
25-yard field goal attempt for Jonathan Bravo. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. Through the uprights, and the field goal is good. 25-yarder field goal is good. Yellow Jackets tie it up at 3 apiece. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Yellow Jackets football, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. 102 left here in the first quarter. It is Denham Springs 3, East Ascension 3, and it is now time for our first Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Health. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline Incardis, Nikki Giachetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. What do you have, Mitch?
Want me to catch it after the kickoff?
Yeah, we'll wait till the kickoff here. It will be Jonathan Bravo teed up at the 40-yard line as he will wait for the whistle. He will step up. Here is the kick, end over end. It will be fielded and then dropped by East Ascension at the 20-yard line. Ball is on the ground, but East Ascension believes they recovered it. They did. So it'll be 1st and 10 EA now. Give us that scoring drive, Mitch.
All right, so it took 5 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock for the Yellow Jackets to go 66 yards, and we finish up with a Jonathan Bravo 25-yard field goal, and with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in the first quarter, the Jackets have tied it up 3-3.
And that's the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They will start this drive at their 20-yard line, their own 20-yard line. So
going to make them work.
Yeah, it's going to make them work on this one. That's right.
This time they need to go more than 30 yards. This time they've got to go 80.
Well, it seems both teams are okay with this being a shortened game.
Right. We mentioned the stats show that EA does pass the ball 50% of the time, but a lot of that is they've been losing some games against that tough schedule, so they've been trying to pass to catch up. I think when the game's even, they want to run the ball more than pass.
Gautreau from his own 20-yard line works it from the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Washington. Washington will try to go up the middle, and he'll be stopped for about a 2-yard gain.
Yep, nose guard Caden Davis was right there, helping make a tackle. Also had a little bit of help on his right side over there. Shaq Butler, Shaq Butler on that side also helped squeeze in the gap. So big running back trying to pound it in. They got some big boys on the offensive line. You look at their heights and weights, and tell you what, you got like a 6'6", 295-pound sophomore. You've got a couple other guys pushing 300 pounds. It's some big boys.
Going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans from their own 22-yard line. It will be Gautreau from the shotgun. Check that. That'll be a 3-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 7 from the 23. As Gautreaux will bark out some instructions to his line. He will get back in position, waits for the snap. He will get it, hands it off to Washington. Washington going off to the left side, and we'll get to about the 30-yard line. Should be enough for a first down, East Ascension. Yep.
Yeah, middle linebacker Trevor Lewis was able to get there and make the tackle, but just not enough to stop the momentum. Like I said, running backs able to take the hit and then fall forward for an extra 2 yards. So they was able to pick up the first down and have moved the chains.
Well, Caden Gautreaux, not a very big quarterback, and Washington is a rather large back. So to see them two next to each other is kind of funny. But that will do it for first quarter action here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. 1 quarter in the books, and we are tied at 3 apiece, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local authorized Steel Outdoor Power Equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service. Corner of Florida Boulevard and Cuban Road in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, L. King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome back in to Yellow Jacket Stadium, it is a tie ball game here, 3 apiece between the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. All right, Mitch, 1 quarter in the books, and like I said earlier, neither team in a big hurry here tonight.
All right, this game may go by pretty quickly here. Both teams, trying to keep the ball balanced, not passing it a whole lot, not going hurry-up offenses. So far in the first quarter, the Jackets have moved the ball well offensively. They've picked up several first downs, got the ball down inside the red zone, but elected to on 4th and 3 to kick the field goal, the short field goal. Good kick by sophomore Jonathan Bravo, his first field goal as a Yellow Jacket. And so, as we mentioned, our other kicker, Hernandez, has been injured, and I believe he may be out for the season, if I'm not mistaken. But
now, his injury was a soccer injury, not football related.
You get a lot of two-sport guys, right? We need some soccer guys to come help us kick, and I believe he got hurt working on his soccer. And then, so can't blame him, though. I mean, he's a soccer-first guy, and we love him coming over to help us kick in football, and it just kind of took a bad break.
All right, so they flipped the field. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 31-yard line as Gautreaux will work it from the shotgun. He's got a 4-receiver set with 3 out to the far side, 1 to the near. They check the sideline now. It is going to be Gautreaux waiting the snap, gets back into position. Here is a snap. Will fake the handoff, looks to throw. He does throw it quickly to the 35-yard line. Has his receiver going to be brought down about the 38. On the reception for the Spartans is going to be, was that 8? Yep, that is Jackson.
Number 3?
Yeah, I thought it was 8.
8, okay.
Chason?
Yeah,
Jackson Chason,
I couldn't tell 3 or 8.
The 3 and
You're
8,
right.
yeah.
It was number
okay.
8. You're right. You're right. Jackson Chason. He did a good job of avoiding a big hit. Deshaun McBride was there as soon as he caught it, thought he was going to get a collision at about 3 yards. He kind of spun around. McBride held on to make the tackle, but Chason picked a few more yards up.
Going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans, their own 38-yard line. Gautreaux will get the snap, hands it off in the backfield. This time it's going to be to Wilson, and Wilson's going to be stopped for no gain as he is brought down at the line of scrimmage, or actually not brought down, pushed backwards, but they will give him the line of scrimmage with his forward progress.
And good job by the defensive front right there, stacking it up, not giving an open hole for East Ascension to find. And so playing from 2nd and 3, 3, no gain, so playing 3rd and 3 again. If the Jackets can force a punt from right here, like I said, the offense has been moving the football, put ourselves in good shape.
On 3rd down from their own 38-yard line, it will be Gautreaux from the shotgun. He will send a man in motion. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Washington this time, who goes straight forward, gets across the 45, and will be brought down at about the East Ascension 47-yard line, and it is going to be a 1st down for the Spartans.
Yeah, Taj Washington's a big boy. It's going to be hard to contain him all night long. Arm tackles aren't going to work, and a lot of times in the first quarter, you're able to kind of hang in there, a lot of adrenaline, and you're fresh, and you're getting after it, but you want to keep the scoreboard even. You don't want to fall behind, because if the game wears on and they're able to keep pounding Taj Washington, he's just going to get stronger and stronger, and as you're getting tired, it's going to be harder to bring him down.
First and 10 for the Spartans from their own 47-yard line. Gautreau from the shotgun again. Will hand it off to Washington. Washington goes to the right side. Breaks free at midfield. He's off to the races at the 40, the 30, and he is going to be brought down about the Denham Springs 25-yard line. And it is going to be first down for the Spartans as we just see Washington getting a burst. I mean, it looks like he stopped at the line, and then all of a sudden he just shoots out.
It's not a big hole, not a big gap, but he fits through there, and he accelerated fastly as far as, before the linebackers could get to him, and he was in the secondary. Now, he's not going to run away from anybody. He was behind the whole defense, but Rancher Miller was able to catch up to him. Mason Varese called up to him, and, in fact, he kind of gave himself up at the very end. He saw he was getting run down, but East Ascension now on the offense moving it down 80 yards. Good thing we did not have, we make them go a long way because if they had a short field, they'd already be in the end zone by now.
9:35 left here. Second quarter action, Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is a tie ball game, 3 apiece between the Spartans and the Yellow Jackets. First and 10 for the Spartans from the Yellow Jacket 27-yard line. Gautreau looking to throw, throws it downfield, looking towards the end zone. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Chason in the end zone, and Gautreau just sailed that one a little too high.
Yeah, I think they're trying to take a shot, trying to get the Jackets creeping up there to try and stop. Well, we probably called a little break. Taj Washington getting some water. Maybe I don't know if they had the oxygen on the sideline for him or not because he was out on that play, needing a little bit of a rest. And so they took a shot to the end zone. McBride had decent coverage, so the quarterback just went ahead and sailed it as far as he could to make sure no damage was done.
Going to bring up second down and 10 for East Ascension. They will play it from the Yellow Jacket 27-yard line as Spartans will check the sideline, get the play called in to Gautreau, and he will get his offense set up here. He will work it from the shotgun as usual. Gets the snap, will hand it off in the backfield to Wilson. Wilson will go forward off to the right, and he will be brought down inside the 25-yard line as he'll get to the Yellow Jacket 24.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wilson, not quite as big as Taj Washington right there, so Jackets were able to get to him as the hole collapsed and then bring him down and bring up a 3rd and 7 situation right here. And so if we could get them passing the ball, I like our secondary going against their passing game. That's a good advantage for us, I believe.
Absolutely. Going to be third down now for the Spartans. It'll be from the 24-yard line of Denham Springs, and it'll be Gautreau checking the sideline as they thought that they had got the Yellow Jackets to jump off sides.
We almost jumped Caden Davis, but apparently he stayed out of the neutral zone.
It will be Gautreau, gets the snap, and he will get it. Looks to throw. He will throw quickly. It is going to be caught at the 22-yard line and then brought down by Deshaun McBride. On the reception is Ja'Cory Mitchell for East Ascension. Brings up fourth down now for the Spartans.
Not much gain at all. I'm going to give some credit to outside linebacker Jonas Clark. I believe he tipped that ball. He was coming off the edge on a blitz. I think that ball fluttered a little bit. I think he got his fingers on it. And so Deshaun McBride with great coverage was right there to tackle for just a short, very 2-yard gain. So 4th and 5, and EA has not sent on their field goal unit right here, so they may be going for it.
Yep, 4th and 5. It will be from the Yellow Jacket 24-yard line.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to need a timeout.
Yeah, play clock down to 7 seconds, and they are just now getting out onto the field. We will wait to see. It's down to 3 seconds. Gautreau will be from the shotgun, and it will be the snap, and it looks like a timeout was called right in the nick of time. Timeout, East Ascension, their first of the half. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
7:45 left here in the first half from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is Denham Springs 3, East Ascension 3, District 5-5A matchup. Coming up, it will be the Small Sliders halftime report. It'll be John Fine coming in to recap how the first half played out, and then he will be with Jeff Frizzell, a former Denham Springs baseball player, Livingston Parish School Board member, and from the Bon Roten Eye Clinic. So Jeff does it all.
Jeff's a Renaissance man.
That sounds like it.
He was in school administration. He was a school teacher in school administration for a while, and now he's moved on and done some other things, and so very successful. So we'll be excited to hear from him at halftime.
No doubt. And it will be, again, the Small Sliders halftime report coming up. So that will be coming up in 7:45, just left here in this first half. And Mitch, just kind of a slow game here. I mean, this is the slowest pace we've seen all season, no doubt.
And you mentioned the slow, just between the play. That play
Yes.
clock gets down, within the last 5 seconds kind of for both teams. A lot of other teams nowadays, they want to get it to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball fast, and run a lot of plays. But both of these teams are more than happy to grind it out.
On fourth down from the Yellow Jacket, 23-yard line. Gotro will get it from the shotgun, looks to throw. He does to the far sideline. Is going to be caught by Chason and then hit immediately. A turnover on downs. It'll be first down for the Yellow Jackets. Big stop right there by this Yellow Jackets defense.
Yep, Jonas Clark. Jonas Clark did a great job on the play before, helping tip the pass earlier, and then that time he was there on pass coverage. As I mentioned before, I like the matchup with our secondary against their passing game. If we could get them in 3rd and 7 like we had them and get them to pass the ball, 4th and 6 they had to pass it, we're in great shape. Even though they completed both passes, they completed 2 passes for 3 yards, so that wasn't enough to get the first down.
Going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive from their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Goldman from the shotgun will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson trying to find some room, and he is unable as he will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Big Jameer Smith, the defensive end for Santa Maria, was right there to swallow him up as we got back to the line of scrimmage. And so we have had some success finding some holes in the running game. Every now and then, East Ascension's right there to stop us and make 2nd and 10. But what's been good for us, when we have gotten some longer yardage situations, Goldman's been able to find Colton LaBeouf tonight. He's been a big receiver for us. And so
2 catches on the night.
Two catches so far, and so that's good. And Mace Varese with 2 as well, I believe.
Going to be 2nd and 10. Yellow Jackets, their own 24-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson going to the left side now, tries to find some room, finds a little bit at the 25, and will get to about the 30-yard line. Maybe the 31. We'll see where they mark him down. Looks like it's going to be the 30-yard line, but a good run right there by R.J. Johnson when it looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage again.
Hey, the word for that play was patience. First of all, Coach Caskey being patient in the run game and sticking with it and staying there. And then R.J. Johnson, the hole wasn't there originally. He just stayed behind the big guys, kept kind of bouncing around until he found a crease, and he got up there and picked up 6-7 yards.
Going to be 3rd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets from the 31-yard line. Here's a handoff to Byers now, and Byers will get to the 31, where it'll be 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets.
It's going to be about 4th and 1.5.
Yeah, what do you think here? Is it punt
2.
time?
That's a sure 2 yards. I would say normally it's punt time, and maybe Coach Beard might be a little bit scared right now to send the punt group out. Let's see what happens. Too deep in our own territory.
He's going to send the punt team out, but he's not happy about sending the punt team out. Well, you could tell he was sitting there thinking about it for a second. And we're just too far.
I'm going to say 4th and 1, we probably would have gone for it. But 4th and 2 was maybe just too much to try and bite off at this point in the game.
Sends out Trenton Harrison to punt this one away on 4th and about 2, as mentioned there. So it'll be 4th and 2. Yellow Jackets on their own 31.
Nobody paid attention to it.
Here's the snap, and it will be a delay game. You're right.
Nope, nobody saw it.
Right,
I'm just going to be watching the mechanics, all that happen. It took a little bit for Coach Beard to make the decision to send the punt unit out there. So now when they did get out there, I'm not going to say that they were aware that they had short time and hustled and got it done straight. But I could see the clock ticking down, and I saw that no one was there to call a timeout with the ref. And so we're going to lose 5 yards on that one.
Dutchtown and Santa Maria are scoreless at 0, and that one in the second quarter, and 20-0 Walker over Live Oak now. Here's Trenton Harrison's punt. It is going to be hitting in Yellow Jackets territory at the 45, and will roll into East Ascension territory to about the 47-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets football. It is a tie ball game, 3 apiece here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. 5:31 left in the first half, and it is going to be first down for the Spartans. They will start this drive at their own 47-yard line. So this defense playing as well as it has been. only gives up the field goal on a short field that East Ascension had to start their drive. So, a few times this season this defense has been put some bad spots like that, and they've been able to answer the call.
It's just something that Coach Beard's going to have to think about the rest of this game and maybe the rest of this year with the issues we've had with the punt unit. Right there was a 27-yard punt, which isn't the worst in the world, but it's also not the best in the world. If you're only going to gain 27 to 30 yards with a good punt, we had one blocked earlier, you might be more aggressive sometimes and going for it in those situations. But we were backed up a little bit too far. I believe punting was the right call.
Gocho on first down from his own 47-yard line will will pass it into the flat to Chason, and Chason will be pushed out of bounds around midfield, and it will be right at midfield, I do believe.
I'm going to talk about, I said earlier, I thought Taj Washington gave himself up on that big run. He might have hurt himself because we haven't seen him since then, and he wasn't on the field right there. Once again, they've got the other running back in there, Jeremiah Wilson. And now they're trying to pass the ball on first down, which have been successful with Taj Washington running it. So the Jackets could be catching a break because Taj Washington hadn't been seen since that 30-yard run he had a while ago.
And it looks like we have a penalty on the field as looks like it's going against the Spartans as they are backing it up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they ran a bubble screen. It had to have been a holding because it looks like about a 7-yard penalty. Yeah. I don't know of any 7-yard penalty. So, they were probably holding 3 yards upfield on blocking our cornerbacks out there.
All right, so it's going to be first down for the Spartans. They'll replay it after the penalty. It'll be first and 10 not first and 10. First and about 17 from their own 40-yard line.
I say that. I am looking the sideline. I think I see Washington standing next to the coach, but he hadn't been in a few plays.
Gotro with a 4-receiver set with 2 to either side. Here is the snap. We'll throw it to Chason again on the far sideline. Gets to midfield, still on his feet, and gets pushed out of bounds about the Denham Springs 45-yard line. Nice catch right there by Chason.
Good adjustment by the EA coaching staff. They were just kind of looking at us at the line of scrimmage, figuring out what they wanted to do, and it was first and long yardage, but they saw that we had a lot of cushion between the slot receiver and Rancher Miller, and they just came up and threw a quick bubble screen and let him run 10 yards before anybody could get to him.
All right, going to be 2nd and 3 now for the Spartans from the Denham Springs 46-yard line. Here is a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be Wilson again, and Wilson fighting for the first down, and he will get it as they will give him his forward progress to the 40-yard line. First down for the Spartans.
Yeah, Wilson fought off a tackle from our inside linebacker Trevor Lewis right there. Did a good job kind of spinning loose. Deshaun McBride was able to get to him and make a hit after that, but once he spun off of Lewis, he had enough yards for the first down. So we had him backed up at 1st and 17. I thought that was an advantage for us, but they got the quick bubble screen and picked up 15 yards, 14 yards or so.
I think it was, right at 15.
And now they're able to run the ball on 2nd and 3, and they're back where they want to be.
Going to be 1st and 10 for East Ascension from the Denham Springs 40-yard line. 4:50 left here in the second quarter. Denham Springs 3, East Ascension 3. Gotro from the shotgun will send a man in motion. Will hand it off. It is going to be to Oob, and Oob going around to the far side will be pushed out of bounds around the about the 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark him out, but it is close to the Denham Springs 35.
Man, I didn't see that much room out there, but they gave him credit for about a 6-yard gain. I thought it was about 3 or 4 in my head, but that was about a 6-yard gain. Just a little jet sweep. He came from the slot receiver on the left side, went across the field. They handed it to him with the quarterback. He went around the right end and was able to pick up 6 yards.
All right, and that was Lathan Dumas, not Oob. I checked that. Thomas is 15, Oob is 16.
And look, and their jerseys are folded up under their shoulder pads. It makes it even harder for us to see the numbers.
Thanks for having my back on that one. 2nd down for the Spartans now to be from the 34-yard line of Denham Springs. Here's a handoff. It is going to be to Wilson, and Wilson gets to about the first down marker at the 30-yard line. It looks like he will get across the 30 to the 29 to make it an East Ascension first down.
I just got caught off guard a second there as far as you mentioned how fast this game was going, and I looked at the clock thinking there's about 6-7 minutes left in the second quarter. Incorrect. They were down inside the 4-minute mark. 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter because EA's running the football. The Jackets have been patient running the football. We're sitting at a 3-3 game here. Although EA is now, once again, and the Jackets deep in their territory. They've had a lot of snaps here inside the Jacket 30-yard line tonight, but so far only 3 points to show for it.
1st and 10 for East Ascension. Denham Springs 29-yard line. 3:20 left here in the second quarter. Here is Gotro looking to throw. Has pressure coming, going to throw it downfield. Wide open at the 10-yard line on the far sideline is going to be Oob that time, and it is a first down for the Spartans. It feels like they kind of kept caught the Yellow Jackets sleeping there a little bit.
It was just a busted coverage. I'm not sure he's the primary receiver. Uba's the one that faked. He took the play fake. He faked the jet sweep, and the Jackets were covering deep on the deep receivers, which was good, but we weren't able to get a rush quick enough to the quarterback, and Ube, after faking the handoff, just kept on around the end and was kind of uncovered out there, and so Caden Gautreaux was able to find him on the right sideline, and now they're inside the 10.
Going to be first and goal from the 8-yard line of Denham Springs for East Ascension now. Caden, empty backfield, sends a man in motion. Here's the snap. We'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson will try to go up the middle, and he will get across the 5-yard line. This will be brought down at the 3, where it will be second and goal now for the Spartans.
And then here comes a big package for EA. I see guys coming in off the sideline. They're making substitutions, and so they're going to get in a jumbo set here and just try and wear on us and push us into the end zone.
And it will be Taj Washington checking back in at running back for EA. So I think some teams have found out to save some legs for the second half against Denham Springs. We've seen that a few times this year, it seems. Going to be second and goal from the 3-yard line now for East Ascension. Gautreaux will be under center. We'll hand it off to Washington, who will fight forward. He's still fighting. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line, and it'll be third and goal from the 1.
Yep, his size really paid off. I think he got hit at the line of scrimmage, but instead of us stopping him at the 3, you said he kept driving forward and kept moving, and he got down to the 1. So,
and is this tush push time?
We'll see.
It is going to be Gautreaux under center. He is going to, looks like he will hand it off, and
they
will
didn't
be.
give it to him. They're going to mark him short.
They're going to mark him short. You're right. It looks like EA was trying to call for it, and now they give it. Now they say touchdown. Touchdown, East Ascension.
Yeah, they had a bunch of guys jammed up in there tight. Looked like it might be a tush push, but he handed it to one of the upbacks. I can't even see which guy got the number, so I mean it's likely that was a big fullback or so that got it. Washington was stacked behind him. But a good drive by EA. They take the ball after the jacket punt near midfield, and then was able to move around the big play, the play action pass. Jackets had everybody covered deep, but the quarterback kept scanning the field, and he found a guy leaking out the backfield on the sideline.
Francisco Ramirez will come on to attempt the extra point with 1:59 left here in the second quarter. Here's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. Minute 59 left here in the first half. It is East Ascension 10, Denham Springs 3. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners, family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
You already know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson offers great service. But what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Preston Baker to kick it away for East Ascension. Has it teed up at the 40. Here is the kick, end over end. It is going to be fielded by Mason Varese inside the 5-yard line. He gets to the 10, the 15. He's at the 20, near sideline. 25 has some room at the 30. He'll be tripped up about the 32-yard line. Be first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Minute 51 left here in the half. They trail by 7 now. And we have seen the Yellow Jackets work the 2-minute offense fairly well at times this season.
They have. They've done a good job in the 2-minute offense. We do have all 3 timeouts available to us. And so after a good kickoff return there, Mason Varese getting the ball back across the 30-yard line. In fact, he almost hopped that last little tackle. Guy got him by the ankles. If not, we'd have got across the 40 at least. But a good return, good field position. Let's see if we can move it down and get some points before half.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 33-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun has a 3 receiver set out to the far side. Here is the snap. Gets it to Byers. Byers catches it. Then the ball goes up. And they are going to call it an interception by the Spartans.
It's going to be a fumble. That's a catch and a fumble. Yeah.
Catch and then fumble.
That's
okay,
a catch and a fumble. That's the third time we've seen that in 2 weeks now. Byers caught the ball out the backfield and wasn't able to get it tucked away. And as it got hit, the ball popped up in the air, and East Ascension recovers it. Now they've got the ball, and the Jackets are really in a tough spot. We don't want to fall behind by any more right here, so we really need a big defensive stand at this point.
So is it a catch and fumble, or is it just
I think that was a catch and fumble. He caught it and took a step or two with it, and as the defender hit him, he got that helmet right on the ball, and it shot up in the air. But
yeah, I guess as he was going to make the turn, he got hit, ball pops up. And my goodness, right there, just to get it fall into his lap was John Brown, defensive lineman for the Spartans. And it is going to be 1st and 10 for EA as they will start this drive at the Denham Springs 28-yard line with 1:43 left in the half, and they lead it by 7. Defense will need to do some work here as East Ascension will have a short field. Here is Gautreaux out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson finds some room and will get inside the 20-yard line. Close to a first down. I believe he will have enough for a first down as he will get to the Yellow Jacket 18.
Yeah, that was too much running room right there on that one. If we're hoping to get a stop before the half, there to pick up 10 yards on the first down run, and they had some running room on the left edge. That's a big offensive line for East Ascension, and they're starting to wear on us a little bit. If we think about how much that defense has been on the field here in this second quarter, it's got to be getting a little bit weary for them.
1:20 left here in the half. It is 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 18-yard line. Gautreaux, pistol formation, has Wilson lined up behind him. We'll get the snap. Fakes the handoff, looks to throw, has pressure coming, and he is going to throw it downfield, and it is going to be batted down by the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be batted down by Brian Hawkins, and it is going to be second down for the Spartans, but Gautreaux was about 20 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
Tell you what, anytime I see them trying to pass, I feel good about that. And we almost had a sack. Like you said, that would have been about a 15, 16-yard loss or more. And then he kind of threw up a prayer, and Brian Hawkins did a great job on his coverage and had a chance maybe to intercept it, but he did a smart thing. He made sure the deflection knocked it away with one hand. Sometimes if you reach for that interception, you don't quite get all the coverage you need, and if you miss it, that's going to be a touchdown for the other team. So a nice pass deflection for Brian Hawkins.
Stops the clock at 58 seconds and makes it second down and 10 for the Spartans from the Yellow Jacket 18-yard line. Gautreaux from the pistol formation again has Washington lined up in the backfield, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. EA will take their second of the half. We will take it with them as well, and we're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
58 seconds left here in the first half. It is East Ascension 10, Denham Springs 3, and the Spartans will have it second and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 18-yard line. So we've talked about how well the defense has played throughout the season. Right now, they're going to have to try to step up big because you do not want to let East Ascension extend this lead by a touchdown.
We definitely need them to step up, and we called a break that they called a timeout with the clock stopped. They were about to get a delay game and had to call a timeout on that one. So that takes away some of their running threat here with less than a minute left.
It will be Gautreaux, pistol formation. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Elijah Butler coming, and he's going to throw it towards the end zone, and it is caught by Jeremiah Wilson, and it is a touchdown for the Spartans.
That was a completely busted coverage, a play fake to the running back. Looked like Trevor Lewis was trying to run with him, but we don't normally have our inside linebackers having to chase people down back there, and he was open, and no one had gone with him. So a nice play-action pass there by East Ascension, finding something that works. And, man, that fumble was just really big because go down to half 10-3, not that big of a deal, but now you're down 14 with just 51 seconds left.
Francisco Ramirez will come on to attempt the extra point. Here's a snap. Hold. Kick is up. Through the uprights. Extra point is good. 51 seconds left in the half. It is East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Bob
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3, Yellow Jacket Stadium, District 5, 5A matchup between these two teams. Senior night here at Yellow Jacket Stadium, and the fumble, very costly right there for the Yellow Jackets, Mitch.
It definitely was. You don't want to fall behind this team too much and let them try and grind on you. We're in that run with the running game, and they're in a position they can do that. So we do still have our 3 timeouts. So if we can get us a good kickoff return, we're going to have to try and push it down the field and get some points.
It'll be Preston Baker who kicks it off from the 40-yard line. Varese will field it at the 2-yard line. He gets to the 10, the 15. He's at the 20, will get hit, tries to escape the pressure, and he will be brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets to start this one at their own 20.
And you can just see how momentum plays in a game. We've had 2 good kickoff returns today, back near the 35-yard line for East Ascension. Now they're on a roll, and they're feeling great. And that kickoff return, we could barely get it back to the 20-yard line. Same thing with their offense. We've been doing pretty well at times. And the first running play they had after a turnover, they pop off 12 yards on a running play. And it's just momentum is big, and right now it's all on their sideline.
Yep, the momentum pendulum swings back and forth, and it has been mostly East Ascension in this first half. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They're on 20-yard line. Goldman will get the snap. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be false start against the Yellow Jackets, and it is.
I didn't see where it came from, but you're correct. It's going to be a false start somewhere on the Jacket offense, and we just don't need to add to the degree of difficulty. It's hard enough to move it down the field on your own, but and then you're going to add 5 yards at the start of it.
Well, yeah, and, you really want to get to the half here. You want to get, composed again. You could tell that there's frustration on both sides of the balls. People are starting to slam their helmets a little bit. You just need to get to the half and get your bearings back. Here is Goldman now out of the shotgun, looks to throw, throws it downfield. It is going to be tipped and will fall incomplete, as his intended receiver on the far sideline was Peyton Puffer.
You were mentioning right there, this might be a good time to just try and get to halftime, regroup at halftime.
Yeah, regroup. I couldn't get that word.
That throw was in a danger area. East Ascension got a hand on that one. They knocked it away and tipped. Good thing they didn't get 2 hands on it, because we definitely don't need to fall farther behind. They only have 1 timeout. Maybe just run the ball and get to halftime right here.
2nd down and 15 now for the Yellow Jackets from their own 15-yard line. Here's a handoff to Byers. Byers has got some room at the 20. He will be brought down just shy of the 25 to the 24-yard line.
And I think that's what Coach Beard is thinking. He's not using the timeout here. Like I said, that was a dangerous throw we had a while ago on 1st down. And so try to go regroup at halftime. That's all we can do at this point.
Yep. There's 15 seconds left on the clock, so they do not have to run another play here. So we will see if they will. It will be Goldman out of the shotgun on 3rd and 7. They will snap the ball. They will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson coming to the near sideline will be pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and that will bring the clock to 000, and that will send us to the Small Sliders halftime report, brought to you by Small Sliders, now open in Denham Springs and perfect for tailgating. It is the Small Sliders party pack of 25 sliders with a tray of fries. That is Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs. East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Demco wants to give you the knowledge to get power smart. Simple tips that can help you conserve energy and save money. Sealing air leaks around windows and doors is a good start. Smart thermostats and improved insulation are great ways to make a bigger difference. There are many more ways to save energy and money. So when you're ready to make a big-time power move, download our free do-it-yourself energy audit checklist at demco.org.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by You Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, La Casa Casino, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Sport Clips, Buddy's Barbecue, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. At Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Small Sliders halftime report. It is 17-3. East Ascension with the lead over the Yellow Jackets at the half. Josh Ward alongside John Fine now. John, all East Ascension in the first half. How did it play out?
Well, it was a situation whereby Denham Springs once again had problems with their special teams, and EA operated out of a short field as they scored on drives of approximately 53 yards, 43 yards, and 34 yards. So Jackets up against it. A punt block by Joseph Hobby for EA gave EA the ball at the Jackets 34. Ramirez with a 31-yard field goal with 6:51 left made it 3-0 East Ascension. Then the Jackets tie it up with 1:02 remaining. Bravo, Jonathan, a 25-yard field goal ties it at 3. That's where we were at the end of the first quarter. And then EA with a 1-yard touchdown run, making it 10-3 with 1:59 remaining. Jackets turned the ball over. EA again with that aforementioned short field. Gotro, an 18-yard pass to Johnson with 51 seconds to go. 17-3 was the score, and that is the score right now. So the Jackets played one of their better efforts, albeit in a losing game last week at Saramont. But as well as the Jackets played last week, Denham Springs playing uneven football, not brisk football for the Jackets in the first 24 minutes, Josh.
Well, hopefully they can regroup at the half and come out with some energy in the second half and turn this thing around. It's never too late. But what is coming up in the next segment, you have a special guest. Tell us about that.
Renaissance man, Mitch Covington described him as. He, like Mitch, is a former Denham Springs baseball player, and he is Jeff Frizzell. Looking forward to speaking with Jeff, who also is an executive with Von Roten Eye Clinic and is a member of the school board. So looking forward to that.
That is coming up next on the Small Sliders halftime report. 17-3, East Ascension over the Yellow Jackets. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnsteinproductions.com are brought to you in part by Foley Off Restorations, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, Adams Smoke Shop, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The news also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is ServPro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at ServPro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. ServPro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so ServPro is faster to any disaster. ServPro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston.
Halftime of Yellow Jackets football. Jackets trailing EA 17-3. Small Sliders halftime report. I'm John Fine, joined by Jeff Frizzell. Jeff, a one-time Jackets football and baseball player, a member of the school board, and a representative of Bond Roten Eye Clinic. First off, how's Dr. Hunter Bond and Bond Roten Eye Clinic doing?
Dr. Bond is doing great. He is fixing to move into his new house and staying busy working every day.
All right. Looking forward to seeing him myself as I have an appointment sometime next week. So prepare him, notify the local authorities as well. Jeff, discuss how you got involved in the school board. What was the impetus for you to run for the school board?
Well, John, I was with the school system for right at 22 years. I retired, be 5 years ago this November, and was missing the school system. I've got a wife that teaches here at Northside Elementary. I still have a daughter that's in the system. She's a freshman at Denham Springs High School, and actually the freshman high. And I was still missing being a part of the school system, and I knew that Miss Jan Benton was not going to be running, so that was something that interested me. And so decided to run, and been a member now for about 9 months and really am enjoying it.
Do you think you provide a different perspective, having been a former teacher?
I think so. I think I'm able to, at our board meetings, to kind of give a perspective of a principal, of a supervisor that was out at the central office, just to give a perspective. We also have another board member that was a principal during the time that I was, so I think we're able to kind of give a different perspective of the system, just not as a school board member.
I was going to ask you about the Middle East and Ukraine and global warming, along with solving world hunger, but those are easy compared to what the school board faces, okay? So let's ask you some really difficult questions. First off, another high school coming in to Denham Springs?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Right now we're concentrating on the one high school that we do have. We do have, at this point, we have a consulting firm that has come in. As you know, we had a vote in March to give teacher pay raises. That tax did fail. And so we have a consulting firm coming in, and they are basically looking at every avenue that is involved with the school system, pay, and just how the system runs as a whole. We should find out the results sometime in January, February, from this consulting firm, so that we can kind of find out, the changes we need to make and that type of thing. So we want to try to get through that and kind of find out where we're efficient at, where we are not efficient at, and as a board, we'll have some tough decisions at that point to decide on what changes we'll have to make. And but before the election, and I was able to talk to a lot of our constituents, and a lot of them, some of their concern that told me they possibly would be voting no was that they really wanted us to do something like this so they could find out, where the money was at the school system, were we running efficiently. So we're hoping at the end of this process to be able to do that, and I think that'll be important for our constituents as well as our, all the employees of Livingston Parish as well.
And along the same lines, we've seen a lot of excellent coaches leaving for other parishes because Livingston Parish just doesn't pay its coaches the standard, the going rate, so to speak.
Right, and so, that's one of our main goals that we're trying to establish here is to find out where we can be more efficient, be as transparent to our taxpayers as we can, so that when all this is said and done, if it's a possibility that we don't have the money that people anticipate that we do have out there, that we may have to go before them and say, hey, look, this is where we're at, this is where we need to be, and we may need your help to get where we want to be.
There's a noticeable drop in students on the collegiate level that are pursuing a career in education, not just in Louisiana, but throughout the whole country. So looking 5 to 10 years down the road, I mean, there could be some major issues to confront. Are these things that y'all are going to start to look at? How does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, I know our central office, it's been probably a couple board meetings ago, but they are doing some things to try to get more teachers involved, and that includes even the paras in our system, allowing them to go and get a teaching degree as a paraprofessional in our system right now. So they're working on ways to try to get more teachers in Livingston Parish, but this isn't just a Livingston Parish issue. It isn't a state issue. This is really nationally that there's a teacher shortage. So, and it starts with our community. It starts with us putting up more of an emphasis on pay raises. It starts with our state when we have a surplus, giving our teacher raises. This year, they had something set up for the teachers to get a raise. They end up giving them a stipend. From what I understand, next year it will turn into a pay raise that they will get yearly. So, it starts at the local level, but we do have, the state has to participate in that as well as nationally.
Now, the great news is the wonderful education that Denham Springs High School students and students in Livingston Parish receive. You're a good example of that. Mitch Covington described you as a Renaissance man.
Renaissance man, okay, great. Uh-huh.
No, but talk about the education, the quality education that people get at Denham and throughout the parish.
Well, I think our parish is still in the top 10 in the state. Denham Springs High School, we actually have Juban Park Elementary was a blue ribbon school, which is a national award. So we've got really good schools in Livingston Parish. Denham Springs has very good schools. You get a quality education here. We've still got very good teachers. So, all that is still in place. We just don't want to lose that, and I think we have a plan in order not to.
But that's the best news of all. All those other things, there are ways to look at and remedy it. Now, how you get more kids into education down the line, I don't know the answer to that. But the fact that you have a great education system in Livingston Parish and at Denham Springs, that's paramount.
That's right. And, Southeastern has one of the best education programs in the nation. So, and we still get a lot of teachers that are graduating from Southeastern here in Livingston Parish, but hopefully we can continue to grow that pool.
All right. Talk about this football field. Talk about the baseball facility. I know that you sometimes look longingly and say, wow, I wish I could have played here, huh?
Well, yes, there's no doubt about that. It's a gorgeous facility. What I love to see when I come out here, when we played baseball, ran track, we always had to go out to North Park. And to be able, for the girls softball and baseball, it's great to see that all these kids can stay on campus. They don't have to get into their vehicle to go to practice, to come to games, and everything is here on campus. And you really probably one of the most beautiful places in the state now.
And what a positive. And Cecil Harris and the school board all deserve a lot of credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mr. Cecil, he took the bull by the horns on this and really I know how much time he spent out here. And did a really good job of orchestrating this and he had a plan, and you can just look out here and see how beautiful it is. But he really put a lot of work, him and Mr. Bradley Harris.
Okay, Jeff, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much for Von Roten Eye Clinic's involvement in our broadcast. And keep up with the good work, my friend. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, John.
That is Jeff Frizzell, a member of the Livingston Parish School Board, a one-time Jackets athlete, and the young man who does a great job at Von Roten Eye Clinic. My name is John Fine. It is 17-3. Jackets are trailing EA. Small Sliders halftime report concludes with Josh Ward after this pause on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Densfree, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the law office of Ivy L. Graham, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is right here in Denham Springs to help you select the right protection at the right price. Brandy will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Brandy Robertson, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want a good deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That'll do it for the Small Sliders halftime report, brought to you by Small Sliders. Now open in Denham Springs, perfect for tailgating. A Small Sliders party pack of 25 sliders with a tray of fries. Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs, 17-3. Halftime score here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Mitch, keys for the Yellow Jackets in the second half. Clearly need to come out with a little bit of energy. We were talking there off the air between the two of us that the stadium and everything just kind of seems to have a little lull in it right now.
Yeah, after the senior night festivities, I think the guys were excited to play early on, but the way that half finished there with East Ascension getting 14 points in the last 3 minutes of the half really put a damper on some things, and we're going to have to get something going. We need to force a turnover somewhere, maybe steal a possession with an onside kick or something like that. But really I don't want to give them another short field, so we're going to try and probably pin them back deep a little bit and let the defense get out there and get us off to a good start.
It will be Yellow Jackets kicking off to the Spartans. Here is the kick from Bravo. It is going to be a fair catch at the 26-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 26 to start this drive. And it is going to be this defense that obviously put in some tough spots in that first half, Mitch.
They were, but then again, I'm not going to say all of it was, they had chances to make some stands. That last touchdown just was a blown coverage, and I think that's one we probably should have not given up so easily in that spot. We had a chance to hold them maybe to a field goal or a field goal attempt, and then they got the running back out there uncovered.
On 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, it will be Caden Gautreau from the shotgun. Here is waiting the snap. He will check the sideline now as he checks back to the sideline to Coach Darnell Lee.
I'm just thinking now they had that 1st and 17 that they picked up quickly also.
From a pistol formation, Gautreau will get the snap. He will hand it off to Washington. Washington will go forward and will pick up about 3 yards on the carry.
You were mentioning right there before the kickoff, what are some keys here, what we got to do? We're going to have to get some stops defensively and maybe some 3-and-outs because that first half flew by. East Ascension will run the football, and they want to grind it out, and they're going to keep that clock moving. We only had 3 possessions on offense until right at the end of the half, like a little 2-minute offensive possession right there. So if we don't stop them from getting first downs, they can chew out half a quarter easily, if not a full quarter. So we want to get some stops.
Well, you see how slow they are starting here. They run one play and let the play clock get down under 10 seconds. It'll be second down and 7 for East Ascension. It'll be Gotro from the shotgun. We'll throw it now into the flat. Has his man at the 30-yard line. Will be pushed out of bounds shy of the 35. On the reception is Brennan Thompson for East Ascension.
So here comes a key third down play now, 3rd and 3. So a tough spot as far as defensively. They can run it. They can throw, run the football, pass it, play action. The whole playbook's open for them right here. Taj Washington's back in here this second half. He's a big back, going to be plowed through the defensive line. He's going to try to. So we need to try and make a stand here quickly and get this momentum on our side.
Going to be 3rd down and 3. 33-yard line of East Ascension. They'll play it from their own 33. Gotro will get the snap, but there will be a flag first, so that will stop this one.
Be nice if we can catch a break here. I think there was some movement on the interior of the line. East Ascension sent the running back in motion. Somebody on the interior of the offensive line for EA flinched, so now we've got them at 3rd and 8. And so this is a spot. I'm going to say let's try and get off the field right here. If we can cut this, if we can get a quick 3 and out, force them to punt, which they haven't punted yet today. All of their possessions.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
All their possessions have ended with either a field goal or a touchdown, or we did stop them on 4th down in the red zone, but they've been able to get the ball down the field each drive, so would like to see them have to bring the punt unit out.
All right, it will be 3rd down and 8 for East Ascension from their own 28-yard line. It'll be an empty backfield for Gotro, and we have a flag on the play. Looks like this one may go against Denham Springs, so 5 yards backward, 5 yards forward.
Yep, trading off sides. Kai Dwyer looked like he was coming on a blitz on the outside of the formation, stepped across the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. In high school, they blow it dead, so back to 3rd and 3. So the playbook is open again.
Yeah, not the free play there like you would have wanted to if you're East Ascension. All right, so it will be 3rd and 3 now, as it will go back to the 33-yard line of East Ascension. 11-11 left here in this third quarter. Sorry about that, Darren. I'm over here slapping the desk and messing up his camera. It is going to be Gotro from the shotgun here as a snap. Hands it off to Washington. Washington forward gets across the 35. Be brought down about the 37-yard line, and it is a first down for the Spartans.
I mean, that's the difference in 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 3. He couldn't have run that on 3rd and 8. You get a 4-yard gain on 3rd and 8, and you're punting. But on 3rd and 3, after you jump off sides, that gives them a chance to plow right in the inside of the line. Taj Washington, a big back. He gets hit about a yard short, but he's going to fall forward for 2 yards with his momentum. Picks up the first down.
Will be 1st and 10 now for East Ascension. They will they will play it this time from their own 37-yard line as Gotro gets it from the shotgun. It's a bad snap. Ball is on the ground back at the 25. He goes backward to the 20. We'll throw this one out of bounds, and we will wait to see if there is a flag.
I'm kind of begging for a flag. I don't know if he ever got out of the pocket. Right, the quarterback being able to throw the ball away in high school is a newish rule. I don't know if it was I think it might have been last year, but I know it's only come about in high school. And look, here it goes. They got the flag for us. He never got out the pocket. So
there you go.
Referee took a while to look at it, but so I was thinking I'm not. It's still new for high school as far as the quarterback being able to get outside the pocket and throw the ball and kill it. Bad snap, went right between his legs or rolled right past him. The quarterback ran back there, was smart to try and get rid of it, but he never got outside the pocket. Just when he picked it up, he's still in the pocket between the tackles. So when he throws it away, nothing's going to happen there.
Well, Coach Lee want to get an explanation on the far sideline there, but it should be. And this happened, was it St. Thomas More that we had?
Now he's waving it off.
Oh, goodness.
The white hat threw the flag, and now he's going to wave it off. Are they going to say that they had a receiver in the area because they really didn't? The white hat went and talked to one of the back judges on the other side of the ball, and my only guess is they're saying there was a receiver in the area, but there really wasn't.
They'll reset it at 2nd down and 10 for East Ascension. Here's a handoff to Washington, who goes forward, gets across the 40, and will get to his own 41-yard line.
Man, we got to get the ice bags ready tomorrow. Kai Dwyer makes the tackle. He met Taj Washington there about 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, but that's a big guy running behind those pads. And heard somebody once say, bug meat windshield. That's kind of what that looked like. Now, we made the tackle, all right? Made the tackle, held him to a 4-yard gain, but the guys in white won that battle of the collision.
Going to be 3rd and 6 now for East Ascension, their own 41-yard line. Gotro shotgun formation. Will await the snap. Gets it. Will fake the handoff. Looks to throw. Throws it towards the middle of the field. It is going to be incomplete. Great play right there by Deshaun McBride to break that one up, as his intended receiver was Thompson, and it is 4th down. No, check that. Was that Thompson? No, that was a new one we got.
That was
23.
like a tight end kind of leaking out right there.
Sorry
but
about that.
Look, we were sending a blitz. So East Ascension on paper, you would think, man, we've got a good little play action pass trying to get through the middle, but just the Yellow Jacket safeties. I don't know that I want to take a chance with Deshaun McBride lurking around, and he got hands on the football. He wasn't able to bring it in. He jumped up and fought with the receiver to try and get it, so a nice pass deflection for McBride. That's, like I said, that's the matchup I think we're favored in.
All right, so it does bring up 4th down for the Spartans. 4th and 6 from their own 41. Sends out the punt team for the first time tonight. Here is the punt. It hits at the Denham Springs 35, rolls to the 30, and it will be down somewhere around the 20-yard line. That's where Denham Springs will have it 1st and 10 after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
9:38 left here in the 3rd quarter. It is East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3. Yellow Jackets will have the ball 1st and 10. So I think they're going to say it touched East Ascension Spartan around the 26-yard line. It looks like they were kind of trying to let it bounce, and I think it hit a foot of one of the Spartans there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets to start this one at the 26. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Wasn't a great punt, but it only landed about 15 to 20 yards downfield, but it caught that great bounce off of that turf and started rolling forward, so they were able to flip the field about 32 yards or so. But the defense came out, did a good job on the first part of the half right there, and that was only 2 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock. I shouldn't be looking at the clock. It was a 14-point game. It's not, we got a whole half to play, but just knowing that EA can really chew a lot of clock if you allow them to get a few first downs, I think that's a great defensive stand right there for the first part of the second half.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets from their own 26-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near sideline, 1 out to the far. It is going to be Johnson in the backfield. Here is the handoff to Johnson. Johnson gets to the 25. It'll be brought down shy of the 30-yard line. Mitch, while we have a quick second here, let's say hello to our friends in Birmingham, Peg and Dan Beard, listening and tuned in tonight. Wanted to make sure they got everything set up before kickoff. So I think I got them set, so I want to say hello to them. I know they are eagerly listening and watching back in Birmingham.
Big Jacket fans, and we know they make it here to Denham Springs when they can.
2nd down and 7. Goldman will fake the handoff. Looks to throw now. He does. It is going to be to Varese at the 40-yard line. We'll see where the forward progress puts him, but it is going to be enough for a first down, as it'll be to the Yellow Jacket 39. Make that a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Big Mike's has live music on the weekend, so check it out at Big Mike's.
Nice little play action on the inside to R.J. Johnson. Goldman rolled out to his right, found Mason Varese on about a 10-yard out. Good throw and catch. And I was just going to mention, I wonder if we take a shot down the field, just maybe with McBride and Varese are both in the game, try and just hit a big play here.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets, their own 39. Goldman looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. It's going to be brought down back at the 35-yard line, so he'll lose 4 on that one as he is sacked back at his own 35-yard line. 8:35 left here. 3rd quarter action. East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3, and the Yellow Jackets probably going a little bit of sense of urgency here. I know it's early in the 3rd quarter, or actually about halfway through almost, but going to have to start getting some yardage quick.
I believe that was going to be a deep shot. McBride was running a go route, one-on-one with a cornerback, but the EA rush got to us too quickly that time.
Going to be a pistol formation now for Goldman as he will get the snap on 2nd down, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson will get across the 35, going to be brought down at the 37-yard line.
You know, the offensive line has done a really good job. We mentioned in the first half there was a 3rd down play where they held up great on the pass protection, and Goldman was able to look 2 or 3 receivers deep into his progression, and he found Colton LeBeouf on a nice pass over the middle. But that time we were going to take it looked like that was going to be a go shot to McBride, and then the rush just got to Goldman too quickly before he could kind of turn it loose.
3rd down and 11 for the Yellow Jackets, 38-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun. Three receivers out to the far sideline. Here is a snap. He rolls to his left, looks to throw. He does. That is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Seth Bishop, and it's going to be 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
You know, Bishop was open. Bishop, and the three receivers, he was the short route, and the East Ascension defense had dropped all the way back, but Bishop had turned up the field when Goldman threw it to him, and I don't know if Bishop turned up too early. I know he hadn't quite gotten to the sideline yet. He still had room to run his out route, and if he could have caught it, he'd have had a little bit of room to run, but he had flipped his eyes upfield and started to work up the field, and the throw went right behind him.
Going to be 4th down and 11 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 38-yard line. That will send out Trenton Harrison to punt this one away. It is going to be Deron McZill back to receive for the Spartans. McZill will let it hit at the 33-yard line. It'll be down by the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline of 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Rustic Home Outlet, and Mattress Express Outlet, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. They will have it at their own 33-yard line to start this drive. It'll be Gotro from the shotgun. We'll check the sideline. Has Wilson in the backfield with him. 17-3. Spartans with the lead. 7:19 left here in the third quarter from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Gotro waits for the snap. Sends a man in motion. We'll get the snap. We'll hand it off to Wilson now, who will go forward, gets across the 35. He brought down at his own 36-yard line.
Both the linebackers, Lewis and Dwyron, were there to meet the ball carrier, and a pretty good job of stopping them before a big gain. But EA front is doing a good job on our front three. We run that 3-4 defense, and they're able to kind of hold up that front three. We got sophomore Cedric Polk, an outside linebacker, who's walked up tight in the formation sometime as well to give us an extra man up front.
Going to be 2nd and 6 now for the Spartans from their own 37-yard line. As Gotro will check the sideline again. So, again, we're seeing East Ascension roll the play clock down to 10 seconds or within 10 seconds each time before they snap the ball. Here it is. Gotro will throw it quickly. The ball is on the turf. Intended receiver was Chason on the far side, and it is 3rd down.
Well, they're very deliberate in their play calls. They'll get up to the line of scrimmage quickly sometimes, give a hard count. They don't snap it, then they turn and check to the sidelines. The coaches are trying to check the defense, see how we're lined up to find a different look or something. But right there, just trying to throw a quick bubble screen and throw the incomplete pass so the Jackets will stop the clock here and have a chance to set the defense.
3rd and 6, their own 37-yard line for the Spartans. 3 receivers to the far sideline, 1 to the near. Gotro will have Wilson lined up to his right. Here's a handoff to Wilson. Wilson gets to the 41-yard line. Going to be 4th down for the Spartans.
Yep, good job by Trevor Lewis right there, making the tackle. So a 4-yard gain that was on 3rd and 6. We'll see EA is bringing the punt unit out. The last time, like I said, they didn't punt it far in the air, but it did hit the turf and got a good roll for them. So it'd be nice if they get another shortish type punt and give us some field position this time.
On 4th and 3 for East Ascension.
The Jackets are going to play in their punt safe. The defense is still there. You can't really go after the punt on 4th and 2 near midfield. They could go for it. So it looks like we're making sure they're going to punt the ball here, but let's get possession of it. That's the important thing.
Maurice back to receive for the Yellow Jackets. Here is the punt from Ramirez. It will hit at the 33-yard line, rolls inside the 30 to the 25, inside the 25-yard line. Going to be 23-yard line, 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets, their own 23-yard line. Handoff to Hudson Byers, trying to go to the far side or trying to find some space on the far sideline. And it is going to be for about a loss of 1.
Yeah, the Jackets haven't had a whole lot in the running game since early on in the first half, maybe the first quarter, kind of into the middle of the second quarter. EA's done a good job of containing the run game since then. And so this might be a game that we got to count on the sophomore quarterback to try and put the ball in the air here a little bit in the last quarter and a half of this game to move the ball down the field.
Going to be second down and 11. Yellow Jackets, their own 22-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun gets a snap. We'll hand it off to Byers. Byers coming to the near side. Will get across the 30, be brought down at the 33-yard line. Well, it'll be third down now for Denham Springs.
Well, Coach Caskey knew better than I did right there because I was thinking run pass the ball on 2nd and 11. Hudson Byers did a good job taking the handoff and scampering around the right end, worked his way through the EA defense for a Big Mike's first down.
He did, sure did. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check out Big Mike's on Facebook. First and 10, Yellow Jackets, their own 33-yard line. Handoff to Byers. Byers to the 35, to the 40, be brought down around the 40-yard line. Nice first down run right there by Hudson Byers.
Another good job of taking an inside handoff and then just kind of bouncing to the outside corner. The left tackle did a great job up there for us. I believe that's number 72, Jaden Buchanan, the left tackle for us. Held his defensive end right there so we could bounce the ball out wide. And Jackets are on the move.
Going to be second down, Denham Springs, their own 41-yard line as Goldman will get it from the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Byers. Byers going to the left side. Will get across the 41 to the 42-yard line. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the 43, which is where he needed to get for the first down. So third and short here for the Yellow Jackets.
Going to go fast. Looks like a quarterback sneak.
Looks like they're going to try to do the old tush push here. Goldman under center. They do try to push him forward across the 43-yard line, and it looks like they will give it just over the 43. We'll see if it's going to be enough. This one could be close. Nope, it's not going to be close enough for a measurement. It is a first down for the Yellow Jackets, making another Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Big Mike's delivers through Waiter and Grubhub.
We may have gotten enough for the yards there, but I don't know that that's one I feel confident in if we have to do it again. EA was in there pretty quickly. There wasn't a big surge going forward. Got a good spot for it, so we're happy. Got the first down, but in the future we might need to. I'm not confident in it.
3:25 left here, third quarter, 17-3. East Ascension with the lead. Goldman on first and 10 from the 44-yard line will hand the ball off in the backfield. That is going to be to Byers, and Byers is going to be brought down for no gain.
Yep, and so we have had some success in picking up a couple first downs, but as we mentioned, kind of at the start of this half, being down 14 at halftime, and the more you keep the ball on the ground, the more the clock rolls, and so 30 seconds or so, 35 rolling off between each play, and so we're kind of inching our way downfield, but if we can get us an explosive play somewhere, a big chunk, that'd be nice.
Goldman on second down will get the snap out of the shotgun. Here is the snap. He drops back, looks to throw quickly to McBride, and is going to be incomplete as he was trying to hit McBride across the middle, and it's third down, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, we were successful on that play earlier. We brought a running back in motion out to our sideline. Goldman flinched at him for a second and threw the slant on the backside. LaBeouf caught it earlier. That time right there, we had McBride running the slant. Wasn't able to corral that one, and so third and long here.
Yep, going to be third down and 11 from their own 43-yard line for Denham Springs. Goldman from the shotgun will send Haynes in motion. Will get the snap, drops back. Has pressure coming, looks for Haynes, and it is going to hit the turf at the 35-yard line and brings up fourth down for Denham Springs.
Yeah, the Jackets tried to set up a screen to Colton LaBeouf on the left side. It looked like we had the offensive lineman working that way, and as I looked at LaBeouf, one of the EA defenders was able to grab him and hold him up in the backfield, which is legal. That's what they're supposed to do. You see a running back, don't let him slip out. And so Goldman saw his guy was held up, and he turned and tried to adjust and get the ball to Tylen Haynes just to make something happen, but we weren't able to get enough momentum on the throw.
Going to be McNeil back to receive for East Ascension. That sends out Trenton Harrison to punt it away on 4th and 11 from their own 43-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Here is a snap. Punt is away. Nice high punt will be called for the fair catch, but he will hit the turf and will roll to the 30-yard line to the 29. Will be first and 10 for the Spartans after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
2:25 left here in the third quarter. It is East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington going to be first down for the Spartans to start this drive. They will start it from their own 29-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets having a tough one here tonight so far. Not a lot of positive has been happening for them offensively. It's been really hard to come by for the Yellow Jackets.
I agree with that, but we're going to bring some positivity right here. Almost a year ago against an Ascension Parish opponent, not the same one, but another Ascension Parish opponent, we trailed 17 points. Was it 17 nothing?
I think it was.
It was 17
yeah, I think it was 17. Yeah,
after 3 quarters.
Dutchtown. Yep.
And then we came back and won that game 21-17. And so I saw what happened last year, and so we still got more than a quarter, and we're only down 14, not 17. So we're going to keep fighting in there and see if we can get something going.
Well, there's no doubt this Yellow Jacket team is going to fight to the end, and hopefully they can make some magic here happen on senior night. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Caden Gautreau from the shotgun has 2 receivers to either side. It is going to be Washington in the backfield with Gautreau. Gautreau will get the snap. We'll hand it off to Washington, who will be hit immediately. He'll pick up a yard, but nice stop right there by the Yellow Jackets.
Jonas Clark did a great job when they faked the snap. They kind of were checking back to the sideline. Looked like he was covering a slot receiver. He was split out wide, but the closer they got to making those snap for the real snap with the ball, he crept up on the outside of the corner, and he came off in the backfield. They gave him a 1-yard gain. I thought that was about a 2-3 yard loss.
No,
but regardless, Jonas Clark did a really good job. He got behind the offensive lineman and made a good hit.
In previous plays, that would have been 5 yards. So to get one, we're happy with that. 2nd and 9 for the Spartans. 30-yard line here is going to be Wilson this time, as he will get to the 30-yard line. Looks like he may get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe to the 31, so they've only picked up 2 yards in the 2 plays, makes it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, they tried to stretch that one out wide, and a great job on defense there. Sophomore Cedric Polk, I mentioned his name earlier, that he's been playing a lot tonight of that outside linebacker spot. He wouldn't give him the corner. He kept fighting off of a blocker. He had a blocker to work off of, and he got off of him and reached out with one arm, was able to bring the ball carrier down for no gain. So a great play to bring up a 3rd and long.
1:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. It is East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3, 3rd and 8 for the Spartans from their own 31-yard line. Gautreau will look to throw. He does. It is going to be incomplete at the 40-yard line. Intended receiver was Dumas, and it is 4th down for the Spartans.
You know, I'm not sure if that's a zone coverage right now. We normally run a lot of man-to-man, Coach Womack right there, but Jonas Clark kind of was lined up on the slot, but he stayed with the running back that drifted out to his side, and it left a little bit of a hole, but it closed quickly as they tried to throw the slant in there to the middle of the field, and boy, Trevor Lewis was there with a big hit right as it got to the receiver, and so the ball was knocked loose, and a great job of pass coverage there by the Jacket defense, and a great 3-and-out once again.
Sends out the punt team for East Ascension. Ramirez will punt this one away. A nice high sky punt. It is Varese back to receive. He will fair catch it at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Moyer, Aber, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Moyer, Aber, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Moyer, Aber, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Moyer, Dominic Amato, and Lucas Shank have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets. It'll be handoff R.J. Johnson from the 35-yard line, and Johnson will get to, actually they'll start him at the 36-yard line. He'll pick up a yard and get to the 37.
East Ascension defense doing a good job of staying up in there and stuffing the run a little bit right now. Even when we have found some wiggle room, we're getting 6, 7, 8 yards at a time, not popping off any 20-plus yard plays.
20 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Yellow Jackets will have to run one more play as there's about a 2-second difference between play clock and the game clock. Goldman from the shotgun will send Haynes in motion, and it is going to be a false start. That will actually stop the clock with 10 seconds, so it'll be a false start against the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that was junior guard Cy Martin, who was hurt earlier in the year in first game of the season and then missed about 6 weeks. We got back definitely last week against Santa Maria, was back on the field, and we see him back out there right now. But just as we had a guy in motion, a little movement there, but you mentioned about snapping it, but the refs start the clock back.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so they don't
after
actually
the penalty,
don't have,
and I don't think we're going to get a playoff before the quarter ends.
Goldman, nope, and looks like he was going to try to, but nonetheless, that will put the clock to 0, and that will end the third quarter here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 3. We head to the fourth after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Karam Inn, Triton Outpatient Clinic, La Casa Casino, Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Lynch Professional Title Companies. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is going to be fourth quarter action about to get underway here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. 17-3. East Ascension with the lead over Denham Springs. So as we head to the fourth quarter, Mitch, only 2 scores separate the teams here. It is going to be second down for the Yellow Jackets. So sense of urgency definitely got to be in the back of your head.
I'd like
now.
to see a little sense of urgency. You know, we're down 14 points, and then when you're down 14 with just less than a minute left in the third quarter, I think we had about 50 seconds or so left when we ran our first play, and we only ran one play at the end of the third quarter with 50 seconds. And so, like you said, we're going to have to get the ball moving kind of quickly if we're going to catch up 14 points in 12 minutes.
Going to be second down and 15 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 33-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap, drops back, has pressure coming, going to roll, throws on the run, going to be incomplete at midfield. Intended receiver was Tylen Haynes.
Yeah, the original part of the route wasn't open. Goldman wasn't able to find a receiver originally. He broke out of the pocket and found some room and bought some time. Tylen Haynes was open. That would have been a first down. Haynes was open in the middle of the field, but Goldman wasn't able to get enough momentum on the pass as he was working away from the receiver and kind of bounced it out there to him. But we did have a spot to pick up a first down there.
Will be third down for the Yellow Jackets, third and 15, 33-yard line. Goldman, shotgun, gets a snap, looks to throw, does. It is going to be caught by McBride. He's off to the races at the midfield. He's at the EA 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown. Deshaun McBride, touchdown Yellow Jackets, and that's how you get back in it.
There's what you need. We needed some big plays, an explosive play, and I tell you what, that was a hold your breath. That was a slant to McBride. A safety had a beat on it. I thought he might get there to pick it off or at least break it up. He missed it. McBride called it, and once he called it, he outran the rest of the East Ascension defense. Got a great athlete in Deshaun McBride and was able to get him loose right there. And a big play, exactly what the Jackets needed here early in this fourth quarter, back in the ball game.
Bravo will come on to attempt the extra point to make it a 7-point game. Bravo stepping in for Hernandez. Hernandez likely done for the season. Here's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. Extra point is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. 11:42 left in the game. It is EA 17, Denham Springs 10. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Fourth quarter action here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. Yellow Jackets within 7 now after the big score by Deshaun McBride. We'll have the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for you after this kickoff. But those scoring drives are brought to you by Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance for auto, home, and health. It is Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Justin Summerall, Amanda Cook, Pauline Incardis, Nikki Giacchetti, and Christina Watson. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Here is the kickoff from Bravo. It is going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by the Spartans, to the 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40, be brought down about the 42-yard line. But, Mitch, go ahead and give us that scoring drive if you could.
Yes, the Yellow Jackets went 65 yards. It took only a minute and 13 seconds off the clock, of course, because the big play being the Deshaun Goldman to Deshaun McBride, 68-yard touchdown, a nice slant and a catch, and McBride ran about the rest of the 55 yards for the touchdown. And with 11 minutes and 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets have cut that lead in half and only trail 17-10.
That is the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. So defense, get you a big stop here, go 3 and out as they did on the previous one, and then Yellow Jackets bust another big play, and we're right back in this thing.
Right back
We're right back in it now. I just want to go ahead and tie it up.
We said it about 3 minutes ago on the clock that, hey, we've seen them come back before on Ascension Parish teams, so let's keep it going.
Here is Gautreaux out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Washington, who will go forward, gets across the 45. We brought down shy of midfield, but Taj Washington, got to give a lot of respect to him, just such a big downhill back.
Yes, he is, and caught up in the jubilation of our excitement with the scoring. East Ascension did a great job of fielding the sky kick a while ago and then got back across the 40, so they had great field position to start this drive, and then Washington pops off 8 yards on the first play. I'm not sure they had a first down in the second half. If they had one, they only have one. The defense has played great in the second half, so we need them to keep playing great and give us another strong stand right here.
Going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Spartans. They will be just inside Yellow Jacket territory at the 49-yard line. Gautreaux from the shotgun will fake the handoff, looks to throw, has pressure coming, escapes it. Now he's going to roll, come to the near sideline, still on his feet, gets to the Yellow Jacket 40, hit, and will go out of bounds about the Denham Springs 35-yard line. Will be first down for the Spartans. Dang it.
I thought we had the sack there. They went with a play-action pass, trying to catch us off guard in the secondary, which, once again, I like when they try that. I like our secondary against their guys in the passing game. They weren't open deep, and we had the pass rush getting to him, but the quarterback did a great job of avoiding the rush. Caden Gautreaux rolled around the right side and then picked up not just the first down, but about a 15-yard gain.
1st and 10 for the Spartans from the Denham Springs 35-yard line. They lead by 7, 17-10 with 10:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Gautreaux from the shotgun gets the snap, hands it off to Washington, who is going to be tackled at the Denham Springs 30. Wow. Wait, there's no way.
Yeah, I think they're saying his knee was down right.
Okay.
It looked like he fell forward for about a 4 or 5 yard gain, but the referee looks like he marks it that maybe his knee hit the ground as he tried to hop
33-yard line, yeah.
There have been some times before I thought we had him stop the no gain.
Yeah,
and they got 3.
exactly. That's exact opposite. You're right, yes.
I thought it was a 5-yard gain, and they got 2.
You're absolutely right. That's what I was thinking, the same exact thing. 2nd and 8 now for the Spartans. 33-yard line of Denham Springs. It is going to be a handoff in the backfield. That is going to be to Chason, trying to do the end around on the far sideline, and he's going to be tackled or pushed out of bounds rather around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 8 now for the Spartans.
I just like anytime Taj Washington isn't getting it. That big back running downhill at us is just hard to bring down. They try to go sideways with the receiver, and Jonas Clark wasn't able to make the tackle, but he was on the edge, and he made it stretch so far out to the sideline as he was fighting off a blocker. They really ran out of room once they got to the corner, so a good job by Jonas Clark playing his position.
3rd down and 8 for the Spartans. Denham Springs, 33-yard line. Gautreaux from the shotgun. Clock stopped at 9:58 left in the fourth. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. He does. It is going to be caught at the 27-yard line, but there are flags on the play, so we will have to wait to see as they sort this one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they call him there. Rancher Miller was there to make the tackle on the guy that caught the ball. He wasn't there early enough for any pass interference. The ref might have seen Mason Varese, who was covering another receiver. They're going to be short of the first down. It'll be about 4th and 2. They're going to talk to the East Ascension coaches, so I'm not real sure what they saw. They said Rancher Miller, who made the tackle on the reception, that wouldn't be interference on him. But maybe Mason Varese, who was covering another receiver, maybe there was something.
Holding on the Yellow Jackets. Did you see that, Mitch?
I didn't. My guess is going to have to be on Varese. They were the referee on that sideline. The only 2 people over there was Mason Varese and Rancher Miller. And Rancher Miller, there was a little bit of cushion between him and the receiver, so there was no holding with him. But now, whatever. Okay, yep, it's going to be a first down.
So yeah, because of, I guess from where the holding was, it'll be 5 yards, so that gives them enough for the first down. Correct?
I think it's just a 10-yard penalty, I believe, defensive holding. But I admit I'm not quite sure on that, but I know it's a first down right here. So
It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the Yellow Jacket 24-yard line with 9:39 left in the fourth. Here is Gautreaux looking to throw, taking a shot towards the end zone. It is going to be incomplete, batted up in the air by the Yellow Jackets right at the goal line, so it'll be 2nd down for East Ascension.
I sound like a broken record here, but I get excited when I see them trying to throw the ball down the field. We almost had another interception. Brian Hawkins did a great job. They took a shot down at the end zone, a post route, and Brian Hawkins had good coverage. He batted in the air, and then Rancher Miller was almost able to catch it off the deflection. And they keep taking shots. At some point, one of the guys in purple are going to come down with the football. If they keep ramming Taj Washington at us, that's where I feel bad, but they haven't done that.
And we've got a timeout on the field. We will take it with them as well. 9:32 left in the fourth. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local authorized steel outdoor power equipment dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment. C&M Outdoor Power has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965. Known for their quality outdoor steel equipment and tools, C&M Outdoor Power will expertly service everything they sell, and C&M is here to answer all of your questions. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, your local steel dealer is C&M Outdoor Power Equipment Sales and Service. Corner of Florida Boulevard and Cuban Road in Denham Springs.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
9:32 left here in the fourth quarter from Yellow Jackets Stadium on senior night for the Yellow Jackets. East Ascension 17, Denham Springs 10, but the Yellow Jackets giving a valiant effort late in this one, trying to claw their way back.
They're trying to work their way back in it, and like I said, as long as East Ascension keeps taking shots at the end zone, we have a chance to come up with a pick. We've been very close to a couple of sacks, so maybe something could go in our favor.
2nd down and 10 for the Spartans, 23-yard line of Denham Springs. Gautreaux will send a man in motion, gets the snap, will hand it off to Washington, and Washington is going to be stopped for a 1-yard gain. So anytime you can stop him from getting more than 4 or 5, you've done something.
Great job by Kai Dwaron. He was able to duck underneath a blocker and get down there and take Washington low and tackle him for a very short gain. And so if you're thinking, situations here where they're up 7, a field goal would put them up 10, which is very crucial. But right now, that would be about a 40-yard field goal attempt, 39-yard. He made a 31-yarder, had pretty decent leg on that one. But we'll see what happens right in this situation.
Yellow Jackets, all 3 of their timeouts. East Ascension with 2 left. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Gautreaux. Pressure coming, going to throw it in the air. It is going to be intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. Intercepted. Rancher Miller going to be 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. They get a turnover. Mitch, you were asking for it just a minute ago, and you got it.
Well, the key was the Kai Dwaron tackle on 2nd down that put them in 3rd and 9, so they had to put the ball in the air. And when they put it in the air, Rancher Miller was there to bring it in. Like I said, a lot of options. Were they going to try to run the ball and get close enough for a field goal, or they put it in the air, Rancher Miller took it down. Now, they did throw it down the field, so we're taking over at our own 8, but the Jackets will gladly take that right now, only down 7 points.
Denham fight, let's go. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 8-yard line. It'll be 8:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets trail by 7, and you can feel the energy in this stadium starting to come back to life. Goldman from the shotgun waits for the snap, will hand it off to Johnson. Johnson will put the ball on the turf, and it will luckily bounce right back to him. My goodness, that was, whew. My heart stopped there for a minute.
That went from good to bad back to good.
Yes.
RJ ran through a tackler. He ran him over, but after he ran him over, as he was doing that, the ball popped out, but then it hopped right back to him. So we still picked up about a 6-yard gain, and they got a EA defender down on the ground, looked like cramps.
Yep, looks like it will be a quick, looks like they're going to stretch him out here just a little bit. So with 8:22 left here, Yellow Jackets will get to go to the sideline momentarily. So we'll step aside real quick here as they get this worked out. It is 17-10 EA with the lead, and we are back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, Buddy's Barbecue, Adams Smoke Shop, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. It is 8:22 left here in the fourth quarter as they are going to help Travian Richardson off the field for East Ascension. And as mentioned there, it looked like a little cramp. They're kind of stretching out the right leg, and that will give the Yellow Jackets kind of a little free timeout right there.
Yep, got a timeout to think about it. And like I said, the first play we had, RJ ran over the guy and probably was going to get about 7 or 8 yards on the play, but the ball popped out, which was bad, but then he hopped back on it. So we did still get 4 yards out of the play.
All right, so it's going to be 2nd down and 6. Goldman looking to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up, rolls, throws on the run. It is going to be intercepted by East Ascension at the Denham Springs 35 to the 25. Going to be brought down about the 24-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
We'll get back in. Yellow Jackets football. Going to be a turnover by the Yellow Jackets, interception. EA gets it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They're going to start this drive at the Yellow Jacket 18-yard line.
It's going to be backed up. They got a dead ball. Guy threw a punch.
Oh, wow.
I think he might be ejected.
Okay.
You know what? That's 2 penalties.
Yep,
Yeah,
he is ejected. You're right.
That's going to be 30 yards of penalty. I saw dead ball and sportsmanlike, and then also dead ball personal foul with the ejection. I saw the punch that the kid threw. We called a big break as far as field position. Now, of course, we turned it over. Goldman broke the pocket, rolled to his right, tried to fit the ball into Haynes down the field. He just overthrew him. Just barely overthrew him, and then the safety was there to catch it. And I tell you what, I got distracted. It looked like they were marking off 30 yards of penalties against East Ascension, but somebody on the Jacket defense just said something to a referee. They just threw a flag on us. We're going to give them 15 yards. EA was marked all the way back across midfield, so it started to 18. It was 30 yards of penalties. They're going to the other 48. But as I was talking, our guys are standing there by a referee, and I watched the ref throw a flag. Somebody in our defensive huddle said something to the ref. I don't know why. I don't know what. But they're going to mark off 15 coming back the other way for East Ascension.
All right, it's going to be, well, yeah.
They haven't marked it off yet, but they're about to.
A few things to sort out here, no doubt. So once they get this sorted out, it is going to be East Ascension football nonetheless, as it will be the interception that they get there with 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, and they lead it by 7. So we talked about momentum, Mitch, and how it kind of swings back and forth, and looked like Yellow Jackets had the momentum swinging their way and unfortunately are unable to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, we called a huge break that they were going to get 30 yards and penalties on that, but then we gave it back to them with a silly, unsportsmanlike ourselves.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. It'll be 1st and, it's 1st and 10 after they reset it all. It'll be from the Denham Springs 38-yard line. Will be a handoff in the backfield for no gain for East Ascension. So a little unfortunate to see that happen here late in this game.
Yep, and then they're trying to get back and move the ball down the field. Taj Washington on the inside. Good job by Trevor Lewis. Our inside linebacker was there to make a quick tackle.
Going to be 2nd down, and we'll call it 2nd and 9. It looks like they gave him a yard. It'll be at the Denham Springs 37-yard line for East Ascension. Gotro from the shotgun will check the sideline now as he will continue to let the clock run.
Jeremiah Wilson in at running back. He's been decent, but he's not quite the big power guy that Washington is.
Wilson is lined up to Gotro's left. It is going to be a fake. Looks to throw. He does. It is going to be caught at the Yellow Jacket 30-yard line. On the reception is Justin Oob.
And now Oob's going to be down with the cramp. He ran a little quick out route. McBride was there to make the tackle up for no gain or for a short gain after he called it. The Spartans will be playing 3rd and 2 after this injury.
Yeah, so they'll stretch this one out here, and that'll send both teams to the sideline again. So it's odd this late in the game to start seeing the cramps pop up now, huh?
This late in the game, and then this late in the year. As far as where we're at, October 20th
I know,
right now.
It's winter.
We've had
it's winter time.
cool. Now today was a little warmer than some other days this
You're right,
week,
it was,
but
yes.
it's not hot by any means.
7:10 left here in the fourth quarter. We will step away for a quick injury timeout. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
3rd and 2 for the Spartans with 7:10 left in the fourth quarter and a 7-point lead for the Spartans on the 3rd and 2 from the Yellow Jacket 30-yard line. It will be Caden Gautreau in a pistol formation, has Wilson in the backfield. We'll hand it off to Wilson, gets across the 30, across the 25, and we brought down about the Denham Springs 24-yard line. Will be a first down for East Ascension, as they'll mark him down at the Denham Springs 23 officially.
Yep, and if they get any closer, they'll be kind of in field goal range. Right now, they're about the 24-yard line. That would be a 41-yard field goal. I don't think they have the leg for 41 yards, but they've got a new set of downs here to try and move it closer, and so any points right here puts us in a big hole.
1st and 10 for the Spartans from the Denham Springs 23-yard line. Pistol formation for Gautreau. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Wilson, who goes forward. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, but they'll give him a yard on the carry. Well, it'll be second down for the Spartans.
Big tackle right there by Trevor Lewis, the inside linebacker. Did a great job stepping up and filling the hole. And Wilson had a little bit of momentum moving forward, but, man, he hit a brick wall right there, and Trevor Lewis stood him up at the line of scrimmage and drove him back as well. So only a 1-yard gain.
So no doubt it'll be a very slow-moving offense here for East Ascension the rest of the way each time they get the ball. But, each time we say that, they'll surprise us and take a shot towards the end zone and stops the clock. And
gives us a chance for a sack or an interception.
Right, yeah.
And you throw an interception out on near the sideline, and we'll take it back to the house.
2nd and 9 for Denham Springs. For East Ascension from the Denham Springs 24-yard line. Here's a shot towards the end zone. Just as I said it, it is going to be broken up by Deshaun McBride, and that stops the clock with 5:41. I mean, you would have thought I was in the huddle over there.
Who had the better chance to catch that, their guy or McBride?
Definitely McBride.
I think McBride got his hands on it more than the receiver did. Now, that wouldn't have been the one I was hoping for. That wasn't a quick out that we could have run back, but we definitely had a chance to pick it off inside the 5-yard line. I'm thankful they're not just sticking to the running game. And like I said, they just need a couple of more yards for a field goal. And they put the ball in the air right there. So, 1, it stopped the clock. And 2, they didn't get any closer for a field goal attempt.
3rd and 9. Denham Springs, 23-yard line for the Spartans. Pistol formation for Caden Gautreau. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson will go forward and will get to the 15-yard line. Brought down at the – what? My goodness. They're getting him some pretty good spots here, it seems, but it is a first down for East Ascension.
Yeah, that play was designed to go to the left, and he found a little cutback alley just on the backside A-gap and found a seam right there. The Jackets had a lot of bodies on the original side where the ball started, but he made a good cutback there by Wilson and to pick up the yards, and now they are in field goal range as the ball is at the 12, and so now they got a new set of downs, and they're in field goal range, so we need something big to happen for us.
1st and 10 for the Spartans. Yellow Jacket 12-yard line. Pistol formation. Handoff in the backfield to Wilson. Wilson going off. He gets to the 5 and will walk it in for the touchdown. Jeremiah Wilson, touchdown Spartans.
Yep. that momentum and just wearing the defense down, as I talked about early in the first half. Just the longer into the game it goes, the more tired your defense gets. If they stay patient with that running game and that big third down conversion, they got on the first down. You could see the energy in the East Ascension huddle right there. And then Wilson breaks a tackle. Rancher Miller was trying to make the tackle about 7 yards deep, and then he broke that tackle and went the rest of the way for the end zone.
That will send out Francisco Ramirez to attempt the extra point to extend the lead to 24. Here's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. Extra point is through the uprights, and it is good. 5 minutes exactly left in the fourth quarter. East Ascension 24, Denham Springs 10. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Rustic Home Outlet and Mattress Express Outlet. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
5 minutes left here, fourth quarter action from Yellow Jacket Stadium. East Ascension extends their lead. It is now 24-10 over the Yellow Jackets. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Mitch, 5 minutes. A lot can happen, but for the Yellow Jackets, it will take a little bit of Yellow Jacket magic.
It's going to take some big plays. You know, the last time, I guess it was 2 possessions ago, but we had the big play for about the 66-yard touchdown from Goldman to McBride, and we're going to need some more of that because we're going to have to move it down the field quickly here. Like you said, down 14 with 5 minutes to go. Maybe it starts with a good kickoff return. You know, we've had chances to return the kicks. The ball hadn't been kicked into the end zone, so Varese has been able to get his hands on it to try and make a play with it, and now would be a great time for one of those.
It will be Preston Baker to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Varese and Slade back to receive for the Yellow Jackets. He will step it up and boot it from the 40-yard line. Varese will field it at the 5 to the 10, 15, 20, 25, has some room, 30, 35, will be pushed out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line, but it'll be first down for the Yellow Jackets. So a decent return right there by Mason Varese to make this manageable.
Yes, we got a good return right there. Great job by the return unit right there. Good blocking up front for Varese. Varese used his speed to work down there. The kicker was the one that had to bring him down. He kind of got to the sideline. Kicker was there to knock him out of bounds, but Jackets starting at the 39-yard line with pretty good field position with a chance to move it down the field and cut this lead in half.
Will be first and 10 for Denham Springs, their own 39-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun, through receivers out to the far side. Here is a snap. Looks to throw, throws it quick, gets it to McBride at the 42. McBride spins to the 45, gets across midfield, be brought down at the East Ascension 48-yard line. That's a first down for the Yellow Jackets, making it a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. You can play pool on one of Big Mike's 3 pool tables. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. First and 10 Yellow Jackets, East Ascension 48-yard line. Goldman, shotgun formation, same with 3 receivers out to the far side. Here's the snap. Rolls, having to throw on the run now. It is going to be Haynes, and Haynes will be tackled at the line of scrimmage on the far sideline.
Yeah, that first play was a great job right there by Goldman and then by McBride. East Ascension's backed off trying to stay away from the big play, so he just ran a little quick 5-yard hitch, and he turned around and caught it, but then McBride, being the great athlete he is, broke one tackle, made another guy miss, and got a good play out of it.
Going to be second and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, EA 48-yard line. Goldman looking to throw. He does. It is going to be Varese, and then Varese catches it and then drops it at the 30-yard line. Going to be third down for the Yellow Jackets.
Goldman did a good job of fitting that between linebackers up front and a safety over the top. Nice little hole in there, and Varese was trying to catch it and slide to the ground, so he didn't get hit hard by the safety, but he wasn't able to hold on to the football.
Third and 10, Denham Springs from the East Ascension 48-yard line. 4:07 left in the fourth quarter. 24-10, East Ascension with the lead. Goldman gets a snap, drops back. He is looking to throw, looks left, has pressure coming, steps up now, will roll to his right, far sideline. Will pick up some positive yards as he will tiptoe out of bounds at the EA 45.
I'm going to say it was a good thing Goldman didn't throw that ball because we had 2 receivers on the line of scrimmage over here. That happened to us last week. And if we throw the ball down the field, that was going to be an eligible receiver downfield. So good thing Goldman was able to tuck and run and pick up a few yards because throwing it downfield wouldn't have turned out good for us.
4th down and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. East Ascension 45-yard line. Offense remains on the field. Goldman from the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Byers in the backfield. Here is a snap. Goldman going to look to throw. 2 Byers on the far sideline. Going to be incomplete. Will be a turnover on downs with 3:52 left in the 4th quarter. And we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right. Good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. State Farm's Brandy Robertson is your go-to agent in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. Try combining home and auto today. Brandy Robertson will help you mix and match things perfectly. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rate. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premium will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
3:52 left here, 4th quarter. Yellow Jacket Stadium, 24-10. East Ascension with the lead. They have it 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. It will be Gautreaux from the pistol formation will hand the ball off. That is going to be to Wilson, and Wilson will get to around at midfield. Looks like they're going to give him right at midfield for a 5-yard pickup. A couple of scores for you real quick. 41-16, Walker with the lead over the Live Oak Eagles. That game being played over at Live Oak. And then 24-7, Dutchtown over Sandomal. So Sandomal looking down the barrel.
31-7.
31-7 now. Okay, wow.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is now 31-7. 31-7, 2:25 left in that one for Dutchtown. So Dutchtown with looking like they're on their way to a big win over Sandomal tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be 2nd down and 5 from midfield for the Spartans. Gautreaux, shotgun formation. Gets the snap, looks to throw, throws it into the flat. That is going to be to Chason. Chason is going to be hit at the Denham Springs 48, and they will down him at the Yellow Jacket 46-yard line, which would be a yard short of the 1st down.
Yeah, just a quick bubble screen out there. They really weren't throwing it down the field, just trying to get it to a receiver near the line of scrimmage and let him run with it. Jackets had a chance maybe to tackle him about 4 yards short of the 1st down, but he slipped by the first guy and was able to wiggle himself forward to make it 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 from the Denham Springs 46. 2:30 left here in the 4th quarter. And it will be a tight formation under center for Gautreaux. Here is a snap trying to get it the 1st down. Gets it to the big lineman. The lineman has a Yellow Jacket on his back as he gets to the 35, the 30, and still on his feet. Will be pushed out of bounds around the Denham Springs 26-yard line. On the carry for the Spartans is going to be Aiden Joseph, senior offensive lineman, and he literally ran with a Yellow Jacket on his back.
Well, when you look at the roster and you see he's 6 foot, 370 pounds, you can see why he could have run with 3 or 4 jackets on his back.
It was like a piggyback ride almost.
That was that play they ran at the goal line and scored a touchdown
right,
earlier. We couldn't tell who got the handoff earlier.
Now we know.
But big boy took the ball and just,
28-yard line. He'll get to the Yellow Jacket 28. That was something there. It'll be 1st and 10, East Ascension. It'll be Gautreaux from a pistol formation. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson going to the left side, gets across the 20, will be tackled inside the 20-yard line. Looks like it should be enough for another East Ascension 1st down as they can start to milk this clock all the way down with 1:39 left. It's going to be a timeout by the Yellow Jackets. They'll take their first of the half. We will take it with them, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Hey guys, this is Steve and Ben Wilson with Peak Performance Physical Therapy. With both of us being graduates of Denham Springs High School, we are proud to be on the sidelines on Friday nights, helping to ensure these athletes stay safe. However, we also realize that injuries are a common part of life. So whether you're hurt at home, on the job, or in the community, please understand that we are here to help with all of your rehab needs. While we enjoy treating the athletes of Livingston, we love treating the entire Livingston population as well.
So come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy for all of your rehab needs.
139 left here in the fourth quarter. East Ascension 24, Denham Springs 10. And Yellow Jackets with 2 timeouts left. East Ascension with 2 timeouts as well. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 18-yard line of Denham Springs. Here's a handoff to Wilson. Wilson at the 15. The 10 still on his feet. Will be tackled inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll get him to the 9. Looks like just shy of the first down, but it'll be 2nd and 1 for EA.
Yep. Chopping off big yards right here. You can just tell the momentum East Ascension has. They smell the victory. Minute 30 left, and looking like the running back's not wanting to settle for a 14-point win. He's wanting another touchdown there. Good run by Wilson, trying to put another 7 on the board.
Yeah, and the Yellow Jackets will take their 2nd timeout. They have 1 remaining, so no doubt a tough night here for the Yellow Jackets on senior night as we start to wind this one down. A minute 32 left in the fourth quarter. The mountain is a steep decline right now.
Yep, it's going to take a miraculous turnover, something right here, strip the ball out to get possession of it, get back down the field quickly. So a strip and a scoop and a score is kind of what we would have to hope for at this point.
Going to be 2nd and a yard to go to move the sticks one more time. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the Yellow Jacket 9-yard line. They need to get to the 8 to pick up a first down to make it 1st and goal. With a minute 32 here, Yellow Jackets with 1 timeout remaining. Caden Gotro from a pistol formation with Wilson in the background will get the snap, hand it to Wilson. Wilson at the 10, at the 5, and we'll go down at the 5-yard line inbounds. It'll be 1st and goal for the Spartans, and Yellow Jackets will use their final timeout of the game with 1:18 left, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brendan Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, KOA Campground, the law office of IBL Graham, Brian Russ, owner OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dentistry. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Minute 18 left here from Yellow Jacket Stadium, 24-10. East Ascension with the lead, and Yellow Jackets now out of timeouts. East Ascension has 2 timeouts left. I wouldn't imagine they would be using any of those. It is going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for East Ascension.
And knowing that the running back slid down on his own a while ago, I'm certain they're ready to just take a knee, and they knew if they got the first down and didn't score the touchdown, they could kneel the game out.
It will be Gotro going under center. We'll get the snap. We'll take the first knee of what should be just a couple more here to end this one. So
yep. Frustrating day for the Jackets. Had a chance here with some optimism that get some things going back our way tonight, and it just from the get-go, we were able to get the ball across midfield with a couple of first downs on the first drive, but then the old punt unit that's been a struggle this year. This time wasn't a snap issue, but they blocked a punt, took possession pretty much around the Jacket 30-yard line, and then was able to get 3 points on the board to start. And then things kind of settled out there for a little while, but that 14-point barrage in the last 3 minutes of the second quarter just did us in.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. It will be Gotro taking the final knee of the game as the clock will run with 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and it is going to send us to the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show brought to you by Ralph Sellers Chevrolet just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Sellers Chevrolet located at 15015 Florida Boulevard, and is open for your automotive needs. Ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. The parts manager and now service manager at Ralph Solo Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Solo Chevrolet, 2410. The final here from Yellow Jackets Stadium, and we are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Remember, local and loco when you think of Maria's Mexican Restaurant. Local in that the Abarca family is from Denham Springs and has been serving great Mexican food at Maria's for almost 40 years. Loco means crazy, and you'd be crazy not to eat at Maria's. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, enchiladas, my amigos, it's all great at Maria's. So be local and don't be loco by eating at Denham Springs High School graduate David Taco Abarca's Maria's Mexican Restaurant, Florida Boulevard, 1/2 mile east of James Drug Store.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Your locally owned full-service dry cleaner in Denham Springs is Quick and Handy Cleaners. Quick and Handy Cleaners can expertly handle all of your dry cleaning needs with friendly Livingston Parish hometown service. Quick and Handy Cleaners, family owned and operated by Scooter and Kay Keene, and serving Livingston Parish for 50 years. Quick and Handy Cleaners at 397 East Railroad with locations in Walker and Watson. Quick and Handy Cleaners.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
You might know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has great service. She's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Ralph Solo Chevrolet post-game show. It is 24-10, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium on senior night. Josh Ward now joined by John Fine to recap it. John, tough night for the Yellow Jackets here, no doubt.
It really was, and when you're looking at why the Jackets lost tonight's game, I think you could look at where East Ascension started their possessions on their scores. They score a field goal and 3 touchdowns starting out on the Denham Springs 34-yard line, the EA 47-yard line, the Denham Springs 28-yard line, and the Denham Springs 38-yard line. So, very, very hard to play winning football when you are off schedule to that degree. Jackets get the opening kickoff and do a good job moving it a little bit, but then a punt blocked by Joseph Hobby of East Ascension. EA takes over the Denham Springs 34. Ramirez with a 31-yard field goal with 6:51 left to go in the first quarter. EA goes up 3-0. The Jackets get the equalizer on a 25-yard field goal by Bravo Jonathan with 1:02 left to be played in the first quarter. Game is tied at 3, and that's the score at the end of the first quarter. But EA with an unanswered 21-point run starting out in the second quarter, and really the last 2 minutes, wow. As East Ascension starts out from their 47-yard line, one of their big linemen scores on a 1-yard touchdown run with 1:59 left. It's 10-3. Jackets then fumble the ball away. EA starts at the Denham Springs 28. Gotro, a 18-yard pass to Johnson with 51 seconds left in the first half. It is 17-3, and that was our halftime score with East Ascension leading. That was the score at the end of the third quarter as well. Fourth quarter saw Goldman to McBride for a 68-yard touchdown pass. 11:42 left to be played in the game. Jackets are in it. They trail 17-10. Rancher Miller with a big interception deep in Denham Springs territory gives the Jackets some life. Jackets start out on their own 8-yard line, and they throw an interception. East Ascension starting out at the Denham 38. Wilson, a 12-yard touchdown run, 28-14, and that is the final score. And Josh, very, very disappointing for the Jackets, an EA team that is a lot better than its record would indicate, but nevertheless, this was one where Denham Springs had hoped for a victory that could possibly springboard them into a late-season playoff run.
Well, and John, par for the night as I see you around on the paper there, so we'll get you a new pad for next week, too.
Thank you.
All right, John, thanks. We'll see you next week at Dutchtown. That was John Fine. 24-10, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Back after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
Small Sliders is now open in Denham Springs. At Small Sliders, they are obsessed with serving up premium, delicious cheeseburger sliders. Keep it simple with a single patty. Make it a Biggie Smalls. That's double patty, double cheese. Or add a colossal stack of bacon, Drew Brees style. And perfect for tailgating, Smalls party packs with 25 sliders and a tray of fries. Never frozen, pattied in-house, and cooked to order. That's Small Sliders, Aspen Square in Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, El King Company, Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Karam Inn. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
C&M Outdoor Power Equipment and Skag Lawnmowers, a winning combination. C&M Outdoor Power Equipment provides the highest quality Skag products and services for their customers, and C&M is always there to answer questions, with customers leaving C&M knowing how to use and maintain their purchased equipment properly. Locally owned and operated by Travis Murray and his family, C&M has been satisfying Livingston Parish customers since 1965, featuring Skag mowers. That's C&M Power Sales and Service, corner of Florida and Cuban in Denham Springs.
Hey, assistant, what's the best way to stay connected to my Demco account information?
It's easy to take control of your account by registering at demco.org.
What will I be able to do when I register?
Everything from viewing and paying your bill to reporting outages and contacting customer service. Also, sign up for text alerts to get the information you need when you need it. There's even an app for iPhone and Android. Register today at www.demco.org.
Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show, 24-10, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington. Mitch, I was talking with John there. This is just a disappointing one for the Yellow Jackets, no doubt, on senior night in front of all of their family, friends, all the festivities on the field before. You felt like the juice and the energy was going to be there. And, the game just started off slow, and it never really picked up a quick pace. The Yellow Jackets tried to get that going and got within the 7, and then things kind of unraveled on them. And from that point on, it just was all EA, and they were able to put this one away. But this is kind of no doubt, a hard pill to swallow here for Denham Springs.
It certainly is. And just think back at how the night played out. There's all 4 of us here with John Fine Productions bought a raffle ticket, and they gave a truck away today, and none of us won it. So the disappointment from not winning that truck just seemed to carry over for the rest of the night, because I think the Jackets out there in the stands, there was a lot of disappointment for not winning the truck. Maybe the players knew their parents didn't win a truck, and so it just didn't go our way from the start, and then just didn't get any better once the game started.
Just a tough one here, and it's really hard to put it into words right now, because you looked at this one and, knowing that East Ascension wasn't the 1-6 team that their record said, but you felt like this was a team that you could be right there with, and you probably looked at this one and said, hey, if we get this win, who knows what can happen in the next couple of weeks, but get this win, and you felt good about it. You're back at home. You played a tough game last week against a good opponent. and you only give up the one touchdown to that offense, and you felt like things were moving in the right direction in this one, and it feels like you kind of took a step back almost.
Right. I believe they were moving in the right direction. As you mentioned, East Ascension not as bad as their record. However, I wouldn't call them a great team either. They've got some holes out there. They didn't play a perfect game, but yet they played well enough to win, and they made enough plays, and they did the good enough things out there. Really only had the one turnover. I believe we had 2 turnovers. I don't know if it's a block punt count as a turnover. John, anyone? Does block punt count as a turnover? But we had a fumble, and we had the block punt, so that was 2 mistakes right there that helped them out. As John mentioned earlier, just the field position. That's been a issue all season long with the Jackets, losing the field position battle. We're going to take over with the ball at our own 25 or 30-yard line and have to go 70, 75 yards. Other teams have been getting the ball around midfield and only having to go 50 yards. And if we had some turnovers, they only had to go 25 yards, 30 yards, whatever it was. John called it out just a little bit ago. And so that's tough, and it's tough to overcome those things. And so, good credit to East Ascension. Those guys are still fighting and clawing. They haven't packed it in for the season. Taj Washington was impressive. Big running backs, hard to bring down. Did a good job of plowing into the defensive line. And the linebackers for Jackets all night long, picking up tough yards. And then they made the plays when they needed to. Right there in the first half, they score a touchdown, get the turnover, and then as I mentioned most of the night, I like when they put the ball in the air. I thought that was good chances for the Jackets to make some plays, but they did a nice play-action pass and sent a running back out, and kind of we missed him on the coverage right there and found that extra touchdown before the half, and it was just too much to overcome.
How do you feel – what do you think was the biggest turning point in this one where it kind of started to make that turn where Yellow Jackets just weren't able to come back? Early on, the block punt that they got back, you feel like you kind of recovered from that. It didn't feel like it at first, but it took a little while to catch up, but you feel like you did. But it was definitely late in the second half where it just started to – that moment where it just kind of escaped you.
Just the air deflated. That run at the end of the first half, they scored 14 points. It was 3-3 ball game with less than 3 minutes to go in the half. They put a touchdown on the board, so it's 10-3. All right, 10-3. The Jackets had less than 2 minutes left. We're going to try and go work our 2-minute offense and make something happen. We've been successful with that this year. And then we complete a pass, and the ball gets popped out, and there's a fumble, and they take over with a really short field, and then they tack another touchdown on the board in that last 2 minutes. We're about a minute left when they scored that second touchdown, 51 seconds maybe, if I recall. And then that was tough to fall behind 14 instead of just 7. And so then we got to where we did close it in the fourth quarter. Big play. Deshaun McBride catches the slant pass, runs the rest of the way for the touchdown. We're within 7 points, and then we get a stop. And then they did have the turnover. That's we threw the interception right there. So that was another turnover I didn't think about a while ago. We threw the interception, and that, I think, was the biggest deflating moment. Goldman was trying to find Haynes downfield, overthrew him a touch. Safety was able to catch it. And then you could just see, I don't know why that was so awkward, that they're marking off 30 yards and penalties to push them back across midfield, so EA's at least not in field goal range. But then somehow we get a 15-yard penalty. We're arguing with the referee. I don't know if we said something to their sideline or what, but a referee was standing in the middle of all Jacket players and throws a flag. I saw Coach Beard's reaction. We definitely did something to deserve it, and I just don't know what happened there, but gave East Ascension a free 15 yards, and kind of from then on they chopped off 10 yards of rushing play pretty much the rest of the night.
Yeah, and you talk about – I'm glad you had brought it up because it kind of escaped my memory that interception that you talked about there that kind of probably was the –
we were down 7.
That's right.
We had a chance to go tie the game.
And we talked about that momentum, how it swings back and forth, and it felt like everything was going in your direction at that moment, and that interception just kind of killed it. And then the penalty where they go back 30 yards and you give them 15 back. And as you mentioned, that I would probably have to agree with you that was probably the turning point there where it just kind of snowballed.
The ending where it started snowballing, and we really – quite honestly, didn't have a whole lot of fight after that, was that point where we were down 7, then we had the turnover, and then all the penalties that happened. But they took the ball from there, so they started at about the Jacket 40-yard line, and they marched on in for a touchdown with that drive.
All right, we'll take our final timeout. We've got some finals from around the district. We'll come back and kind of reset where the standings are right now after most of, I think they're all final now. So we'll come back. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll look at that on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. 24-10, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. East Ascension with the win. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For more than 120 years, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as a news source for our community. It is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com and can be found via social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The News also launched the LPN Weekly, a podcast. Each episode takes a closer look at a single issue of importance to Livingston Parish or an extended conversation with local newsmakers. The LPN Weekly can be found on major podcasts like Apple, Google, and Spotify, as well as their website. The Livingston Parish News, your community news source since 1898.
Ralph Sellers Chevrolet post-game show 24-10, the final from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets now 3-5 on the season, 0-3 in district play. So as we kind of look at the district now, Walker with a big win over Live Oak tonight has now sole possession of first place as they are 3-0 in district with that win. Dutchtown with their pretty commanding win over Santa Maula puts them two at the 2-1 mark, and then you got Live Oak EA at 1-2, and then Denham Springs there at 0-3. So what looked to be what could be Walker and Santa Maula playing for the district title next week turns out to be a little bit of a surprise, and Walker with their win tonight and Santa Maula with their loss puts Walker in the driver's seat to win the district now.
Yep, Walker is in the driver's seat. Last year, if you recall, there was a three-way tie for a district title. We were part of that three-way tie. Three teams, Dutchtown, East Ascension, and Denham Springs all finished with one loss. So I know that's what Santa Maula is trying to work toward right now, or if Santa Maula's going to try and beat Walker next week and then hope someone else can, we play Walker week 10, that they'll hope we can upset them. But if not, there could still be another three-way tie with one loss. That's what Santa Maula's going to try and work toward. But, hey, hats off to Walker, man. They have played some great football this year, as we mentioned in the pregame show. Walker's only loss is in week 1, and they had the ball inside the 10-yard line and turned it over late in the ball game in a one-score game, or else they might could be undefeated on the season right now. And, man, they've played some good football. They really have, and to pop off that many wins from that first, they lose. And Ponchatoula's not a bad team. Ponchatoula's a good team. Like you said, it was close there at the end. But Walker, all of a sudden, they just started putting those pieces together. And Troy Sill, their quarterback there, just kind of really runs that offense. Sometimes they look flashy, and sometimes they look like, hey, we're just going to run this thing out, and we're going to run it, we're going to run it, we're going to run it. Coach Mahaffey does a great job over there. As you said, hats off to them for the way they're playing right now. They are playing their best football each week. They just keep taking that step forward. So congratulations, Walker. They're 3-0 right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it starts to shape out. But the Yellow Jackets, you got to go back in. You got to regroup. You got to look at the film tomorrow. I'm sure it won't be an easy film to watch for the coaches or the players. And then you got to start regrouping and going to Dutchtown. Dutchtown's not going to feel sorry for you about anything. This district is tough. You're going to have to fight it out all the way through the end. It'll be interesting to see how this team responds next week after this. It's a tough challenge, coming off of this disappointing loss. Now, we bounced back well after losing to Live Oak. Went and gave a great effort against Santa Maula, but we just saw what Dutchtown did to Santa Maula tonight, and then the Jackets have a disappointing finish here with East Ascension, and so we'll have to bounce back up off the mat if we're going to get out there and give a fight when we go to Dutchtown next week. Talk about senior night here. Obviously, a lot of seniors for this team, and you saw a lot of them there, or we saw a lot of them there a few minutes ago. It's hard to leave this field right now, and it's disappointing in the way that the game went. What are the emotions they're feeling? Think back to your time and your senior night, what that felt like for you. Well, one big difference is we did win home my senior night. We beat Baker, and back then, Baker was a big rival back in the late 80s, and I didn't play in the late 80s. I played in the early 90s, I guess. I tried to say mid-90s, but no, it was early 90s. I could say mid-90s in baseball, 94, but 93 is a football season. I'd say early 90s.
That's early,
but,
yes.
But no, we did win and went out as a winner, winning our last home game that night. So I do remember playing against Baker in the last game at home. But it's just one of those things. These guys will remember that before the game, their families were out there. They're going to have pictures. Those pictures are probably going to sit, somewhere, on a wall or, wherever do people keep up with your pictures at home. That's going to be nice to have and everything, but still going to have that just bitter taste that we weren't able to go out as a winner and go out on top and win the last home game here. And this isn't a field they've played a lot on in their career. The field just got here last year against Walker, but, man, what a great feeling that was to beat Walker when we opened the new stadium and the new field and all the facilities here. And then you go into the playoffs and we beat Covington, and then we go on the road and get the big win. Then you come back home in that quarterfinal game with Ruston last year was so much fun and something to always remember. But these seniors wanted to make their own legacy. They wanted to build their own, their own legacy with this field. Kind of get everything going. We've played a lot of home games this year, but just unfortunately here the last couple games in district haven't been able to come out on top.
All right, Mitch, that will do it for your portion of tonight. So enjoy your weekend. Go Tigers. I'm not even going to say anything about the Saints. The heck with that.
They're not going to lose.
Go
Sunday.
Tigers.
We know
But
that.
hey, tomorrow at LSU should be in a great atmosphere with the Army coming in and all the pop and circumstance are going to do around that. So it should be a good one. So you'll be out there, right?
I'm going to make it out there, yes.
All right, good. All right, y'all enjoy that, Mitch, and we'll see you next week at Dutchtown. All right, that will do it from here, and that will do it for the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show, brought to you by Ralph Seller Chevrolet, just over the Amite River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Seller Chevrolet, located at 15015 Florida Boulevard and open for your automotive needs, ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager and now service manager as well at Ralph Seller Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jacket. Come visit Ralph Sellers Chevrolet next week. Yellow Jackets at Dutchtown district matchup, 6 o'clock, Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com for Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. For Darren Ferrente, for Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, for John Fine, for Mitch Covington, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.